Hey everyone!
Hey everybody.
How's it going? I'm here with Wade. I think everybody in the chat knows Wade, but Wade is an amazing illustrator, also a live streamer on Twitch, if you've ever seen
Please go
Roller
on.
Troll on Adobe's Twitch channel. But Wade, why don't you introduce yourself? Let everybody know who you are.
Hi everybody. My name is Wade Acuff. I am an artist, animator, illustrator. I think we're going to do some of those things today.
Some?
I think some,
Yeah.
maybe all. We'll see.
All of the
we'll
above.
see. But what are we doing here? Oh man, that's the best question. We also, if you see me look over this way, Val is in the
is over
studio.
there.
Wait, come
wait,
on
wait,
in.
wait.
Come on in. Oh, there we go. There we go.
You just gotta fly by. That was it. No,
Yeah,
bye.
so a lot of that's going to be happening today. But we are going to start with focusing on our Twitch channel, on the Adobe Twitch channel. And we're going to make some custom emotes. This is throughout the day. We're going to make some custom emotes, some alerts, that sort of thing. But this first segment is going to focus on the channel points and some rewards, some custom images, and just, I don't know, we're going to need some ideas. That's the thing. We have a few ideas to start with, but chat and Jack,
Yes.
you're going to have to help me bring up some
effort.
ideas. And this is kind of a shout out to Val. So the Twitch sizes for our custom channel point is very small, very tiny, 112 by 112. And I'm just gonna work larger so that we can actually see what I'm doing. I normally work at size. Just to give you an example, if I go to open a new one.
I need to say that already in the chat, you can guess. You can guess what the request has been.
Oh, the jorts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's below the desk, all jorts. just telling you. But you know, we're told not to stand up. So, but the real size for this is super tiny. This is what it would look like at 100%. So you know, drawing this small would not be fun for everybody necessarily. Though I do it usually. I don't know. I'll probably hop in back and forth. But for now, we're gonna work at this size. But chat, we need some ideas. Emily, I see Emily in chat. Feel free to chime in. Bliss, Peter, Cody, we need some ideas. So I have a couple of super, basic ideas. I thought about doing a coin. I should probably, and Jack, please chime in if you want to, probably explain a little bit what channel points are on Twitch. The way I think about it is they're fake currency you get for free by watching. Just by having the stream on, you accrue these channel points. And from that, you can redeem them for little rewards like shout outs or highlight my message or anything really if you just make a custom reward. And that's what we're doing today. We're actually going to start asking for ideas for that later on as well. Peter says, what sort of ideas? So I guess for channel points, normally they have a name, which we could talk about that too, I suppose. But just a little icon to signify what those channel points would be for the Adobe channel. Is that right? That makes sense?
Yes. We have a request for a Val emoji, which
I think Val has a Val emoji.
may or may not be a thing that we look at. Katarina suggested a coin, which you're already working on.
Yep.
Could we tell they were jorts being so small? I'm pretty sure Wade could pull it off.
We can do it. Look, you know what? Let's satisfy the needs of chat.
Oliver wants a make it pop alert.
Okay, we could do that. We're gonna do some jorts, guys. You guys let me know if this is gonna work for you.
So I...
Some little fringe.
Oh, wow. Those are some short jorts.
Oh, they need to be longer? We can go longer. Here, I'll just add. There we go.
Oh, no, Penny's pleased. Penny said, yay, tiny jorts.
All right, we're good. We're good. So we've got some jorts happening. Got to have little places for your belt. Let's see. A button, probably right there. Pockets. But jorts could be the channel point. Jorts could be the channel point. I don't know that that's
They on a clothesline.
on a clothesline. Are these requests coming in as we're talking?
No, that was me.
That's
That
you.
was
Okay.
just a personal request.
And then we have to figure out: are they stone washed? Are they like what are we doing with this?
Katerina's asking if you're working in regular size and then downscaling.
Yeah,
You're
we're going
working
to
larger.
downscale. I'm at 1,000 by 1,000, 300 DPI right now, and we're going to downscale it. So, and Twitch also requires a transparency. It doesn't have to have a transparency as long as the entire thing is filled. But you could also make this transparent so that it would work over the top. And I think we're close. We don't have to really do a jort, but we've done a jort. I will name this layer jorts, and we can come back to it if we want to. I honestly did not think we would start the day off with a pair of jorts.
Well, here we are.
Yep. I'm going to put
People
these
have
in a
spoken.
folder. That's right. Jorts.
So are we doing then, chat, are our jorts the channel point?
Surely not.
Or are we making a separate channel point? We need to kind of figure that out.
Yeah, talk to chat. I'm gonna keep.
I will talk to
I'm gonna
chat.
keep drawing, keep painting here, and get some. We can have more than one. We can figure out
For sure.
multiple options. What kind of coin should we have? We did a coin. Should it be a gold coin, silver coin, rainbow colored coin?
Good question.
Because I'm kind of just riffing here until we find something that sticks. Do we think jorts is the thing? I mean, it could be.
So far, yes.
I don't know that that's the channel point. I'm not against it.
Oh, we have a suggestion from
Okay,
the
what we
Peanut
got?
Gallery, which is put jorts on the coin.
I think we can manage that. Actually, let's just go back to this. Oh, hello.
Everybody's agreeing.
If that ever
Everybody's
happens to
agreeing.
you when you grab this, if you're on your selection tool, just make sure you're over into group, and you could just grab the whole group. And I think I'm going to copy this group if I can get the hotkey correct. And then transform it down a little bit.
We have a bit of a split. Somebody asked for iridescent, and then there was a green or a gold.
Oh, for the coin?
Yeah, so you've got
Okay.
3 color choices.
Let's see. I'm not sure how I want to proceed here.
You might have to change the angle of the coin a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Otherwise,
what
you're not
I'm going to do. I'm going to
see the jorts. So
I think I'm going to have, it's going to look like a potato at first.
doesn't everything start out that way?
Start with, yes, that's a good point, Jack. Start with potato and then transform. And then make your dreams come true, which is what we're going to do here.
How's it made? Wade's working in Photoshop.
Yeah, we're in
currently.
Photoshop, yes.
Yeah.
And potato on top. And then you turn this into a coin wearing jorts.
Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting you to go that route, but I kind of love it.
I mean, we have to go all in. This is our coin.
Cody says first draw a potato,
Yes. Step
then
one.
draw the rest of the
That's right.
coin.
I'm gonna figure out where I want this highlight. You know, very important to highlight your jorted coin. Did I hear something over in the corner? Okay, I think we're getting there. But we wanted what color? We wanted a color green. I think was.
Gold, green, or iridescent. So I guess rainbow.
Okay, easily
all
done.
3.
Easily done. All I'm going to do is make a new layer, and then I'm going to clip it, holding down Alt or Option, and then we can just let's start with a little. Let's see, maybe
Oh, there's a poll.
maybe a multiply.
There's a poll on Twitch. If you're watching over on Twitch, we've got a couple options for you to pick from. Jorts is obviously winning.
Oh, okay.
So we got, what should our official channel points icon be? Jorts, custom Adobe Live coin, a Photoshop brush, or something else. And if it's something else, please put in the chat.
Yeah, the
what you
something
would like
else.
to see.
Yeah.
So, in whichever chat you're watching, let's say.
So let's revisit our colors here, because I have now we've got an overlay going. I could switch it back to multiply. I'm just trying to
Fancy.
meet the needs of chat.
The colorful coin. We've got another vote for the colorful coin.
Wow, it is a difficult thing to say.
It was. Gustavo says, that's one fancy potato.
All right, I think we're losing a little bit of our dimension.
The overwhelming majority has chosen George so far.
All right. It's Jort time. So I'm going to add a little bit. I'm just going to go back into, you know what? I actually went, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to turn that off for now, since I'm kind of just using this as a value layer as well as what I'm painting on. I'm going to bring our edge back into this a little bit.
Majority.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep. That was Penny. Thanks, Penny.
Can always rely on Penny. Has Clever showed up yet?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've seen Clever in the chat yet. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time.
Well, I think Clever is always here in spirit anyway. So.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We've got something. I can't say what that is necessarily, but we've got something.
I'm impressed you pulled it off, the coin and the jorts. It looks like a coin, a pair of jorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could add a little. Now, remember, this is going to be seen at like this size. Oof.
Yeah.
Wait, did I flip that? What happened?
Flip what?
Oh, no. Okay, we're good. Yeah, so it's going to be super tiny. So I probably need to add some more to the jort portion.
Yeah.
What you guys have done to me. Just going to add a little bit of dimension.
10 votes for jorts.
We got 10 votes. Okay. And I'm just basically adding a little bit of highlight to this, nothing crazy. Again, it's clipped on top, so it's not destructive. You know, you don't want to ruin a perfectly illustrated pair of jorts. So this is one idea. We can come back to it. Let's go ahead, and we don't need to make it yet though, because it's just a matter of changing the canvas size and probably cleaning up a little bit. So let's make a new. I'll make a new. Oh, wrong one. Yes, Val, you have something to add?
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay.
I didn't expect to look over and see the coin wearing the
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, no.
That's
Yeah,
the
no.
thing that's happening
Yeah.
at this point. All right, so I don't think we're getting any better interesting ideas than jorts. What
The
do you
chat
think?
is like not that's it. They're like
That's it. They won't budge off of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody on Twitch just said like they're not going to vote for anything else.
Okay, nice.
So
Cody said distant cackling. Okay. All right. Well, jorts it is then. Jorts, coin jorts. Can we get a name for it? What are we calling this, chat? I'm my hands are off. I blame chat.
Jort's
I blame
coin
chat.
is the name of choice so far.
denims.
Denims. That's good.
Yep. Yep, denims. What else?
jorts with a dollar sign for the S.
Yep. Yep. So that means we could expand on this, because you can always make an emote as well.
Yeah.
From this because this would be used as the icon. And you could explain. I know I'm having to talk now seriously about a jorted coin, but yeah, you could make emotes that kind of promote the usage. So we could jump into that.
I feel like the chat wants to promote the usage.
Okay.
I feel like
Do we go handwritten?
Carol's suggesting bit jort. Got a couple options to choose from.
Let's see. Do we go? I guess it would need to be in blue, right? Like
Yeah.
a denim
100%.
jort.
Yeah. I have to go.
And our coin could be the O. Correct?
Yeah.
Let's see. Just roughing this out, folks. Just roughing this out. Because we could type it out, but then we have to choose a font, and I would be here probably all day.
On Twitch, Addy O typed in all caps, give me those sweet, sweet emotes. There, the chat wants what the chat wants.
Okay, and let's see. I got to figure out something
Oh
here.
yeah, that's perfect.
I'm gonna do a little bit of smushing it around, just to kind of get a little more room.
What would it be used for? These are used for the channel points, which...
Yeah, this icon would be for indicate the channel point. And this you could just use in the chat,
Yeah.
I guess, for demanding your jorts.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't even know what we're doing anymore.
But the channel points you get for watching the Adobe Live Twitch channel. And then you can redeem those channel points for rewards, which I think we're going to get into a little later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about some redemptions. And boy, do we need some redemptions.
We got a couple other ideas. Treasure Fit
Okay.
and Pennyware.
Pennyware.
Like penny loafers.
Let's see. Right now I'm still just kind of hashing this out.
Bliss says just go with it, Wade.
You know what? I am. Bliss, I am absolutely going with it.
Bruce wants to know what the lore is for the jorts.
That's not, hey,
It's not my fault.
that's not you? I thought that was you.
That was the chat.
Blame chat.
Yeah, we
got you.
blame chat
I see,
for this.
I see what's happening.
I asked what we should use for some text for a challenge, and jorts was chosen.
Oh, okay. But it came from your stream.
Yeah,
correct?
but I don't take responsibility.
Oh, okay. Yeah, blame chat. I got you. All right, is this looking good for how we want to do this $signed S? Do we want to explore that a little bit? There's no real style here. It's just kind of handwritten.
I think it works.
Oops.
When in doubt, always blame chat.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have chat's approval to blame them.
Yeah.
It started in Jack's stream, therefore it's Jack's fault.
That's
All
what
right,
I thought.
fine.
Yeah. But you could say you blame chat. I mean, I feel like that way right now. The hands off of this stream for me. I'm just pushing keys that chat is requesting. Does that look $signy enough? We got to get this J working for us.
Megan has some. I think we're good on the jorts with the $sign, but I have to read these ideas from Megan.
Oh, please do.
Jordies,
Jeez.
Thread Cred, and Frey Pay.
Frey Pay.
Cut off cash.
Frey Pal.
Frey Pal.
That's how you redeem it. You have to go through Frey Pal. Okay. something
The
like
currency.
something like this. And again, this is going to be really small. I don't know. Does any of that beat denims? That's the thing.
You can
20 denims.
zoom out.
Yeah.
Zoom back out.
Yeah.
See?
I know I have to work on that coin, but I think that's reading fine. I just need to clean everything up.
As the word, I think we get
Yeah.
get the word. That's one of the tricky things about these emotes is
Making sure you can read it when it's
yeah,
said.
the whatever you want to have come through really comes through.
Oops, I was on the wrong layer.
Bankroll bottoms. Oh no.
All right. Delete.
Short change.
Oh.
There's so many good ones. But also a lot of they're good, but they're also so long. You'd have a hard time fitting all that text.
Yeah, that's why it has to be. So right now, this being the emote, jorts would be the name of the currency. Well, not necessarily, but I don't know. I still think we need it, regardless of if this winds up being the name or not. Okay. I wanted to remove our coin. Actually, I'll just do it this way. Selection tool, just grab it. Control Command J.
Does it work in dark mode on Twitch? Oh yeah, that's the other thing you have to keep in mind.
Let's see.
Is how it looks with the darker background.
Actually, I did not even select that. There we go. Let's try this again. Is it Option J? Whoa.
Ooh.
Did the same thing again. Nope. Telling you it's a hot. There we go. We got it. Okay.
We made it.
Hotkeys until you just start pressing hotkeys until you get the right one. That's basically how this works. I just wanted to separate the coin so that I could just work on that on its own. I'm gonna hide all of this. We'll have to fix it in a moment. And nothing here is probably going to be super clean. We could change the brush to hard round-ish with a smooth.
In the meantime, I will, since we've kind of settled on the channel point, maybe we ask the chat about rewards.
Yes, yes.
Suggestions for things they would like to redeem.
Can you give us some
Channel points.
examples?
Sure. So I think a lot of the Adobe Live Twitch regulars already know about the highlight message or the shout out option. So there are certain things you can redeem on a channel for a set number of points. I don't know. And then we have to do them. We have to do the things.
We then have to make the
Within
icons.
reason.
Yeah.
And yes, we'll have to have icons for them to basically describe the thing in question. 1 minute sketch. Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
To do something for a
So
set amount of
so it
time.
could be like a little timer or
Yeah.
a little hourglass.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's from Katarina, by the way. Hi, Katarina.
What's up, Katarina?
So yeah, that would be a good example.
Oh.
Or basically, restrictions or requirements of the streamer. Within reason.
Potentially. Yeah, exactly. Within reason always fluctuates. All right.
Random fact drop. Streamer gives a weird or interesting fact about themselves.
Yep.
Ban a word. Streamer can't say it for 5 minutes.
Oh, that's one of the defaults, I think, right?
I actually have no idea if that is it. One of
I
the
don't know. I
defaults?
thought maybe that was, or one of the examples given.
I think the defaults are like the extra emote, or the more like the chat specific things, messaging things.
All right, this is gonna be really rough, folks.
Stream in jorts.
Oh my gosh.
That would be a hard one. That would take some planning.
All right. I'm just going to clean this up as best I can for now. And then we'll move on to
Some of
some of those ideas. Yeah, we'll get going on that.
reward ideas.
Yep. Oh yeah, and somebody asked about dark mode or light mode.
Yeah. And how you
should-
kind of plan for that.
Yeah, well, you can drop this out, and you can always just add a layer back here. And then, let's see. Nope. Hotkeys. What did I do?
Oh, Bliss is reminding you to save.
Oh, not a bad idea.
Save
Especially
our
since-
jorts coin, Wade.
Since now I've lost all my color.
I can't right now. Jeffrey said salute your jorts. Do you remember that show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Turn that off. I'm just going to make a solid, if I can find it, solid color,
Yeah, we definitely need a save.
and then bam.
Save
So,
emote. Dramatic reading. Streamer reads message in silly
Yes.
voice.
I'm all about that. So this is what it would kind of look like in dark mode. Obviously, a lot of work to be done on separating that O out. Not very complicated. Probably just add a little something behind here.
We've got
Something like
pet
that.
cam,
Ooh, pet cam is popular. That is a thing.
zoom cam, meaning you have to switch to your face.
Okay. And then I'm going to put a...
Flip through your work. That's a good idea too.
Oh yeah, do like a
show
little...
your portfolio.
Yeah.
Like I like that one.
Who said that? That's a good one. I want to give credit for that one.
No, it's gone.
It's gone.
No, I mean I'll find it.
Oh,
Hang
okay.
on. Oh, that was Katarina again.
Nice.
Katarina, coming in with all the good ideas.
Let's go with a... I'm just changing the blend mode until I find one I like.
Stretch and hydrate.
Yep,
Emote.
that's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, jorts. And then we could fray some of the edges on these. That might be fun. But again, you're going to see it at... Well, you know what? Let's just change the size. And then hopefully be able to undo it. If we go to our image canvas image size.
Mhm.
And then 112. I don't know that we would have to change that, but it does have to be, there is a size requirement as far as how
Tiny.
big the file is. So
Yeah.
this is 100%, folks.
Very small.
But you're probably going to see it like that
Yeah.
in chat. But we're not keeping that change for now. Just wanted to show you how easy it is to change the sizes. Okay, what were we working on? What was the next one? Let me save
The
this real quick.
rewards. We were gonna work on some rewards next.
Let's back it up.
And so
That.
far, we had things like
I'm just gonna say, oh, I didn't.
we had the
We've
1 minute
done it.
sketch. There's the shout out,
Yeah.
random facts drop.
There we go.
Just let me know which of these.
All right. What were they again? Let's start again.
1 minute sketch was the
Okay.
first one, but then there was also the shout out and highlight the message.
Highlight. Yep.
There was somebody said
Okay. Keep going.
dramatic reading. Pet cam or face cam. The flip through your portfolio.
Okay.
good one, too.
What could that be? We could do like a book.
Yeah, like a
Possible?
sketchbook.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to our white background.
Bliss is
Yeah.
relieved that you saved.
Yes, and that's also a sip and save could be, I'm sure somebody already mentioned that, but a little shout out for chat to ask someone to save.
Yeah, for sure.
How do we want to do this? Probably on a corner. We may just have to do a sketchbook closed.
I just want to let you know we're like halfway.
Yeah,
Believe it or not.
I know. We got nothing done, and it's half. Well, we got jorts. We got some jorts.
We got the
done.
most important thing
Right.
done. I don't know.
There we go. Is that a
Maybe
sketchbook?
the most important emote
Possibly
of the day
the
was
most
made
important
today.
thing we've ever done on Adobe Live.
Today's word, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Robert, it is the word of the day.
Probably said too much at this point. It can never be too much. Okay. What color do we want this? How do we want this to look? I'm asking both Jack and Chat and Val and Jacob and anyone that can hear me.
Good question. I mean, sketchbooks can be any color. I think if you ask Val, then Val's going to say purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that.
We've
Of course.
got it. We've already got our choice.
If you ask Chat, they're going to say iridescent.
It could be
Yeah.
iridescent. All
Teal.
things that we can do. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just switch to this this round brush so that's a little bit thicker. We could do purple. Val requested purple,
We had one request for teal.
and we can do a teal
accent.
teal
They do
nameplate.
go, yeah.
Yeah.
I vote purple too. Several people are in support of purple.
Purpling it up. Okay. Let's get some kind of teal.
Oh,
color.
purple for Twitch. That's true.
Oh yeah, a lot of Twitch actually has a gallery you can look through if you don't want to make your own. I highly recommend making your own. It's not hard. It's super simple. But they do have some, and I think they're all Twitch branded, colors.
Yeah, I think they're all purple.
Yep. I'm only pointing that out so that if, I think Val would be fine with everything being purple. But if you wanted it to not look like Twitch's brand, you'd probably steer away from that a little bit. I hear giggling,
Oh, yeah.
and no one's telling me what's happening, so... What's happening?
Just Val put in the chat the Purple Empire gains new allies. I struggled through that one. Sorry.
I'll allow it. I'll forgive. That's okay.
The Purple Empire gains new allies.
And this is clearly not my style. I'm gonna make it work.
Gustavo says, participate and earn jorts. We got a description for you. Participate and earn jorts, the only currency that is never in jortage.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Getting a description is one thing. I was just afraid we wouldn't get there.
To me, just cackling.
The whole time. The whole time.
My little dance. Oh no. Okay. Umacore with the perfect emotes.
Yeah, right. I don't know if you
I can't even
It's
say-
on
oh.
Twitch. You have to look at my
Oh
screen.
yeah. Not like this. Yeah. Just spam the not like this emote.
You clip it. Somebody needs to clip all of the Valcam footage.
Yeah, make a montage.
Yeah, a montage.
Time it cuts to me now.
Yeah, perfect.
Was that the
I,
webcam?
oh, well, I was. Was that the what?
Was that the peg hand?
Oh no! Wow, we got the trolls coming in early.
Fair.
Wow! Wow! All right,
Jortacious? Now there's a whole new language. It's a whole new world. Wait.
Yeah. All right.
The Jortney. Enjoy the Jortney.
I can't even. It sounds like you're just all speaking like Pig Latin, but with Jort put in the space of actual letters, and meaning has lost all meaning. Okay, this is rough.
I think it looks good. I mean,
Yeah, I can tell by the sound in your voice.
I know what it is.
Perfect. That's all we're going for. Welcome to the I Can Kind of Tell What It Is show. It's grand. I think I did need that outline on the back, but it's okay.
Jort Latin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clever's joined the chat. That's the long end jorts of it.
Yeah, here we go. Okay. This is our sketchbook. This was for the 1 minute sketch, right?
Yeah.
Or one,
Yeah.
1 minute sketch. This did not take 1 minute, so I would not qualify. What were the other ideas we had? We need to do monkey paws.
Oh wait.
Monkey paws.
Well, we also had the flip through your work, which is I think what you're doing for this.
Oh, that's what
is
this
flip
was.
through
This
your
was
work.
the flip for your work. That's
Yeah,
right.
like,
Not
or you could just call it portfolio.
yeah.
Show your work.
Yeah. Show work.
Yeah. And then we have to come up
can't
with
type.
something for 1 minute sketch. Which could be like a time device.
Well, right. I know the old school. I don't know if it's still. Let's see. We could do. I'm just gonna go back to sketch mode here. We could just do a hourglass.
That would be classic.
Yep, classic hourglass. Something like this. Let's see.
Jeff thinks there should be a graphic for the Val cam.
Valcam graphics.
Oh, Val's coming in from outer space to join us from the
And wait,
Val cam.
and there's zero gravity, right? Zero.
You want me to dance?
Yeah, no,
You
zero.
want me to dance
Float
for
through,
you?
float through. Hey, you brought this upon. There
we go. I like how.
Look, we're all floating. Oh, okay, sorry. All right, we're getting back to it. Hourglass. Val astronaut emote coming up.
Yeah.
How's that for a pet cam?
There's your pet cam. Pets in space. I'd probably watch that.
Yeah. What do you mean? We were just in space. We did watch that.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so gotta have a little bit. I like how this hourglass is cheating. It's like turning on the side so it doesn't all drift out.
Yeah. It's giving you more time, Wade.
I need more time.
Yeah. Addie says interrupting pet like every Zoom call ever.
Yeah. Yep. That's why we requested Val to stay in the room.
Yes.
Val laugh 3D sound effect.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yep.
We could have.
We got to get Tim in on this. I think he has a few.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
could do a sound effect. Something like icon.
Oh
Something
yeah,
for
we
that.
talked about doing a mouth thing.
Yeah. Jorts in space.
Man, I'm relying heavily on this orange, yellow, gold color that I've been doing all day. I don't know why. It keeps popping up.
Well,
Let's see. So I'm basically just making sketches at this point of our potential emotes. I would spend a little bit more time cleaning these up. We don't have that kind of luxury. All right, we're going to rapid fire this. So we've got our hourglass, and then you wanted to do the shout out?
yeah, we can do that one too.
Or what was after this one? Am I skipping one? I feel like I'm missing something.
There were so many suggestions
Oh, okay.
in the chat. It's really up to you. Yeah, we do a shout out / sound effect sort of a thing, something with audio.
Is this specifically for Val? Val shout is what it's called.
Like Skyrim. Val is volunteering to record sounds in
We gotta get it.
Express for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Get in the sound booth. I am on the background layer. No good.
Wrong layer.
Wrong layer. Wrong layer is a good emote. Could do that one. This is not looking so hot either. I am trying my best. Again, I don't know what this would look like at. Probably need to fill all this backspace.
Bliss with like an astronaut wearing some jorts. No.
Okay. We'll put it on. We'll put it in the queue.
Cute.
We'll see what happens. All right, I'm gonna call that for this one, and this was the timed sketch, right?
Yes. Like the timed.
Yeah. Oh, I should have put them all in there. And yes, you would check these. This is not gonna look good against. It's not terrible, but you know, lots of things to be ironed out. Timed sketch.
Oh, somebody
Yeah.
Megan captured the Val laugh already. Did a clip. Clipped it
Yeah, clipped it.
and is putting it in the Adobe Live Discord. So for all to see
Nice.
and enjoy. Forever. It's permanently. These are all available for replay. So you can watch till your heart's content. Does wrong layer happen other than Photoshop?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, some people don't use layers in Illustrator, but I do, and I get on the wrong layer all the time. I probably shouldn't admit that, but it happens. I mean, there's tons of lots of other programs have layers.
Fresco for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and this one is going to be the. I want to skip to the monkey paws because I think that's something we can really. So we need to have 2 paws, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And they can just be. Do we pair it with? Oh no, this is for the icon, so we could just make. You're watching me figure this out as we go. This is not pre-planned.
You're doing great, Wade.
Thanks. And if you don't know what monkey paws is, Jack, why don't you tell us while I work on this?
Oh yeah, sure. This started with Anna Daviscourt, who's another streamer who's been on a lot of Adobe Lives in the past, and also does a Twitch show, Drawing Your Life, and that's on. I think it's usually on Fridays. I don't know when the next one is, but if you join the Adobe Live Discord, the schedule will be there. And she does, during all of her streams, she'll do a break where she'll walk everybody through a series of, they're like hand stretches, where you do different like things. I don't know how exactly how long they're, if they have a set amount of time. But they're just a way to like stretch and take a break.
Yeah, and it's usually like making little claws.
Yeah, it's like this. And then she like points them up and down.
Yeah. And it really is a really good stretch.
Yeah. We need Anna to walk us through.
All right, so I've turned on just so
and you have to say ooh ah while you.
Yeah, you do. Apparently that is part of it.
Very important step.
I've turned on our symmetry, which you can just, if you're on any kind of brush, you can just click up here and turn on one of the symmetry options. I'm just doing vertical. so that I can have the ooh ah ah monkey paw look. I think I need to put a shape under this.
Yeah, Oliver's saying you have to make the sounds when you do it or it won't work.
Yeah, I think it completes the stretch. I
Yeah.
agree. Let's see, this is not good either. Here, I'm gonna go back to more familiar brush.
And Wade also has a show on Twitch, which we're going to talk about later.
That's right. You may or may not be wearing a hat from
The
that.
chat did catch on to that rather quickly.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they were talking about it earlier. They were very excited.
Cool.
So that's how you activate it.
Let's see. So I used symmetry to start. You know what? We can keep it on. I'm gonna go back.
Gustavo's got some advice for you. They're like human feet with a larger thumb.
Yeah. I'm gonna opt for the cartoon like 3-toe situation, or four in this case. Because I was gonna have them like curling out. So we can see it. Like here's the nail. Does that make sense? But I don't. The thing is it gonna read?
I think so. I mean, I think
Yeah.
once you added the nail in there, like really came
Yeah.
together. Although now I feel like they're gonna try and reach out and grab me, and I'm kind of scared.
Fair. But that's okay too. I'm not. That doesn't bother me that much. I mean, they're called monkey paws, so.
Yeah.
You kind of have to know, I think, in this case. So someone not knowing what that is when you show up to the stream and you redeem it, they get a nice little stretch.
Yeah. There we go.
And this isn't filling a lot of the space, but I don't know that. I'm sure there are better ways to approach it. I bet I could. I don't think it's going to. I could probably rotate them.
Yeah. You're working with like that square space, kind of hard
Yeah.
to fill that space.
Yep.
I mean, you don't have to.
It's true.
You don't have to, but then it would be.
I'm going to try it.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
You thought it was Ryan that introed Monkey Paws? No, it was Anna.
Yep.
And then,
Oops. Yeah, I remember the first time I saw her doing that, I was like, what is happening? What are we stopping for? And then I did one of the best stretches I've ever done for my hands. And so I was like, this is really cool.
Corey's asking what we're wishing for with the monkey paws. We're hoping we don't get arthritis.
Yeah.
That's what we're wishing
Yeah.
for.
Wishing for longevity.
Well, yeah.
So I'm going to flip this around. There we go. I do love hearing the laughter and not knowing what's happening.
There's a delay, so
I know,
Yeah.
I know, right? Right?
I see what's happening.
Okay.
I'm being trolled by the man in the chair.
Hilarious. Okay, I think this works for monkey paws.
Yeah.
Val, what do you think? Monkey paws? Is this
I like-
working?
I think it would be cute if you, so they're not side by side, like
Offset
kind
them.
of turn them catty corner and offset
Ooh, good idea.
to fill that space.
Yeah.
I think
And it's less
that's what you were working
less
on.
aggressive. Yeah. I
Because
did-
yes, right now it looks like they're trying to grab me.
Trying to reach out.
But yeah, if they're like kind of turned.
Good call. Oh, wrong layer. Wrong layer. Everybody spam your wrong layer emotes. Oh wait, you don't have them.
Not yet. Next, we'll get there. Next stream, maybe.
Okay. So this, I think, is what Val was talking about.
Yeah, like this.
And then we can fill this, and they don't even have to be the same size necessarily.
No, because then you're giving them depth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. And now it's just about making it pretty. You know, you've got your sketch down. Oops, I still
You
have.
still got symmetry on.
Sure do. Let's turn that off. You can turn it off. Up there, if you do move it around, you're gonna have to. You can move this around to anywhere. To reset it though, you'll have to turn it off and reset, or you can resume from your last place. It can be a little bit tricky, but in this case, we're flying loose. We got some loose illustration going on here. And speaking of adding depth, I think that's all I'm going to do is make some of these areas a little bit darker underneath. And we got some monkey paws.
Those turned out good.
Yeah. Yeah, we are almost out of time. I'm going to do a little recap
Yeah.
and see what we did. What did we do? What have we done? What have we
What
done?
have we done, chat?
Yeah.
Where are we? Where am I?
Space, I think, still. I don't really know.
Monkey paws.
We put Val in the corner.
Yep. So we did monkey paws. Let's see. It looks okay. I'd probably lighten up the brown,
yeah,
just to make sure it would read on the dark. But then I'm going back in time. We did this sketchbook. Oh nope, we did this time sketch hourglass. And then we had a little sketchbook. Man, these are rough. These would definitely need to be cleaned up, except for Jorts. Jorts, this is perfect.
Perfect.
And, yeah.
No notes.
And then, did I not title?
There
yeah.
it is.
So this
yeah.
I need to save as well.
Yeah. Oh, we need to save that one.
So this is the channel point, for sure.
The denims. What are we calling it? Did we
Denims?
decide?
Yeah.
There were a lot of options. Oh, jorts, right, with a
Yeah.
S for the dollar sign. S.
Oh, already have that. I'm just going to say denims. There we go. So we've
What
got
have we done? Redeem.
We've got it saved. Yeah, redeem. What have we done is a good one. Yeah. But yeah, that is going to be pretty much it on the recap. I think one last thing. We have like a second.
Yes.
This is what I do for making these. So if I have my canvas size, let's see, image size, and I change this to 112 because you have to size these down. And I'll just do this. Okay, that's the size of that. I'll go in my history and make a snapshot. Not a snapshot. What is it? Hover. It's not going to tell me what it is. It's another create new document from current state. So I will just make a new palette for that, and then change that image size down to, what is it, 50, 50, whatever it is, 56. Click OK. Save that one out, and then do again for the smaller size, and then I just delete those because I don't need those. And I have the original document.
That's smart.
So that way I
pro
don't,
tip at the end.
that way I don't have to like worry that I mess up the original one. You can do it from a different document state. Anyway, that's going to be it for the first one.
Yes.
We have. You're the host. Take over. That's all for me. What do we have coming up next?
You're gonna join me. I'm gonna be up next. We're gonna be working on emotes, and we're gonna be animating them with Adobe Express. And then after that, we're gonna have Val is gonna be on. We're gonna be working on more awards. So keep the ideas coming and alerts, which we'll talk about when we get there. And then Roller Troll back with Wade again.
Yeah.
So working on some stuff for Roller Troll. So.
Excellent. All right. Thanks everybody. More to come.
Thanks. See you soon.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Val. I am apparently on the pet cam today, but we've
Not
got
anymore. We put Wade in the corner.
yeah. Wade's in the corner. We put baby in the corner on this stream. Apparently,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
apparently how it works. But my name is Val, and I am here hosting the wonderful, the one and only Jack Watson. Jack, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we have a studio audience.
Yeah. Live studio audience.
And today we're continuing this adventure into designing all sorts of
Fun
very
stuff.
professional
Yeah.
items.
This is only the highest of quality.
Oh yes,
Content.
we are definitely being very serious today.
100%.
Creating assets and things for our Twitch channel, the Adobe Twitch channel. If you are over on another platform checking us out today, do be aware that we do have a Twitch channel that we stream on now. So you guys can check us out over on Twitch, and you can also join the Adobe Live Discord for updates on when we're going to be live over on Twitch and all that good stuff.
Yeah. It looks like Cody, our mod's got all those links to you in the chat as well, so you don't even have to type it into your browser.
Yeah, we got you. We got you covered. We also have jorts to cover you
So much,
as well.
yeah. We do have that.
We
yes.
do have that. Also to cover your coins. So
Yes.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
What are we going to be working on for this one though? Because we've done some emotes, we've done some rewards and things. I think that this is going to be like a major emote.
Yeah, no,
stream.
we're gonna be doing all the emotes. So we're gonna be doing. We had some suggestions last stream. We had save. What did we have? We had wrong screen, wrong layer. I'm gonna start with some stuff, and then please throw your suggestions in the chat for different ideas that you would want. Did I miss any?
I
Make
was
it pop
thinking-
was another one that somebody suggested.
Because we have like a hydrate,
Hydrate,
ask.
yeah.
I was thinking that we could combine hydrate and save for a sip and save emo.
Yeah.
Like that one
Yeah.
would be really cool to do. I have an emote that I'm going to be working on very specifically for this live stream, and I don't know exactly how it's going to end up going, but we can pan over every once in a while to check out mine. I do have... So I posted this in the Discord a while back.
There was a request for a Val emote.
Yes.
So
So this is
blame
it.
chat.
Yeah. This is me
Another
on, I believe, Space Mountain at Disneyland very, very recently at top speed. I think I'm
Top
having,
speed.
I think I'm having an okay time. It was a good time, but you wouldn't know it from the image. So we're going to be playing around with this for
You look like
emotes.
how I would imagine you would have if you were actually in space, like you just were in space.
Honestly,
So
this is the most excited I've ever looked, and it's the best I've ever seemed in a photo to me. I do feel like I was in space. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to work on this, and we can kind of do some sketches too. As you work on stuff, I'm also open to kind of sketching out ideas for various emotes and stuff as well. So
Yeah, sounds good. Well, I'm going to start with that save and hydrate combo. And if you want to pick from anything that the chat shouts out or anything we've kind of discussed so far, feel free to go into it. So I am working in Illustrator. I've got some boxes on here that are set to the 112 by 112 largest size for emotes on Twitch, and since we're working in Illustrator, that size is going to be fine for exporting from. So for save and hydrate, what I'm kind of envisioning, I'm going to take some notes. I like to take notes while working.
I'm the
So I'm
same
going
way.
to grab a text box. So for save, this is what I'm thinking about. A juice box, or like juice box, water bottle, juice
Ooh,
box.
yeah.
Let me know, with a life buoy around it.
Oh.
Like one of the, instead of doing a save, because we need to combine both the ideas.
Yeah.
So like
I might be old because when I think of save, I still see the floppy disk.
right, and
I
that's,
don't know if that's. Well, let us know.
or
Does
we could do
everybody
like a
still-
side by side, like the two of them, and they're like next to each other.
Yeah, in my
But
head.
I think if we do the life thing, we could have it like,
like undulating.
yeah.
Yeah, because, oh no, not that. Not that. I was thinking, like, in my
I
head,
don't know what these are called.
but I
Life
wasn't
frame?
sure if it was going to be boring you know.
Okay.
So this is good. I think yours is better, but I was seeing in my head like a little floppy
Val sketching. By the way.
Yes, maybe we can pan over
Yeah.
just so I can show.
Share.
Oh, gosh,
Share with the
how
class.
is it? I can't. There's somewhere on there. There's like a
Juxtaposition is
thing.
pretty good.
But like a little floppy and then like a glass of water.
Yeah, that's what I was
Kinda-
thinking. They
that's
were
what
like like that, like angled. That's what I thought
crossed.
too.
But I think I like the Bowie or like the life, the ring
Yeah,
of
the
life,
ring of
basically.
life.
Yeah, something like that around the juice box would be great because then you can have like the juice box like kind of crammed, you know, like
Yeah,
in the,
like
through
stuffed
the
in
middle.
it.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Okay.
Honestly, I think I like
We're gonna
yours
go
better.
with them, so, let's get started.
RB's even talking about the sounds it made while saving the floppy disk. I think.
Oh
that
yeah, the
people
crunchy,
crunchy
crunchy
sounds.
Yeah.
I think the people who remember that sound are few and far in between these days. But I remember.
Why are you looking over here?
Because I wonder how well can chat hear the commentary from the peanut gallery. But I was wondering. I was trying to shout, but that was perfect.
Yeah.
What are you looking at, Val?
All right, that needs to be kind of tiny because we need to fit a juice box in this or something. What are we doing a juice box? Let me know, chat.
I think a juice box works.
I like that.
All right.
Yeah, let us know. I'm
Oh, you know what? We need to make
Let's
this
see.
like a color. Let's go with. I'm gonna go with like a light blue.
Are we gonna do like the red and white?
Yeah, but I
stripes?
didn't want to do like white because
White,
you wouldn't
white.
see it.
Yeah, yeah.
What? Maybe we'll do
That's
like
a great point.
like. I don't know. Do we do like light red ish? Because I have to put the little stripies on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We'll see how it looks.
Yeah, well, I
Just
think
gonna
it
throw some
like
stuff in
the off-white color could be determined by what color we end up making the juice box, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do some sketching based on what folks are throwing in the chat. Yeah, you can hear them. Okay, perfect, Cody. That's awesome. Jeff, welcome in. Good to see you. Emily Pullen, I missed the setup. We're doing, this is amazing. Yes, this is, you're in the right place for your particular brand of humor, Emily. This is perfect to have you here with us.
Why am I using the trackpad? I have my mouse right here.
I sometimes do that same thing where I'm like using the trackpad on my iPad keyboard, but it's an iPad and I can just tap wherever I want to select things.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what am I doing with my life? Let's get this in here. I'm obviously gonna like shape builder pathfinder this out. I'm just gonna get some stripes on here for now. We can
I love
get
it.
moving.
See, I love to see how you approach these things because like I have in my head like, oh, this is how that would be drawn. You know, but I feel like getting to see how somebody else interprets an emote is so much fun because you can see that like how you're seeing the 3D space, how you're seeing the perspective of the ring and everything is really enlightening. I think it's one of my favorite parts about watching like Twitch emote design to see like how are you going to make this tiny little icon like say the thing that you want to say with a picture. You got to tell a story in 56 pixels basically.
We have to add like a little bit of a shadow on the back of this too.
Of course, Jack starting with a donut shape.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
100%. Like that was my plan all along, Wade.
Surprise,
Kenny
surprise.
throws that out there.
Penny knows what's up.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can
Penny
add
knows.
another thing to this.
Let's go to transparency. Okay, that's not very in perspective.
I am going to play around with cursed animations.
Yes.
They're secret. You guys can't save. No, you can't see them yet. Listen. Listen. I'm being honestly at this point. I feel like I'm being sabotaged by the man in the chair this whole time. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I'm loving that. I think that the various shades of like red is working really, really well for it.
We'll see. I need to add another, like, are there 4? I feel like there's 4 stripes on these things.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
So,
on each side, it's almost like a plus symbol, kind of.
so let's make sure we get all of those in there.
So
What's
I'm late to the party. Are we looking at Jack's computer? Yes. So we're watching Jack as she is creating some of the emotes for the Twitch channel. I am also kind of creating some designs of my own, but I think that I'm gonna wait till the end to kind of show off what I've put together. Because I'm doing a little bit of animation, and then we'll do some more animation next stream as well, because we're also getting into like some alerts and stuff coming up next. The idea is that at the end of the stream, we will have kind of like a little showcase of really fun ideas for all of the things that can be included on the Twitch channel. And I'm pretty stoked about it, to be honest.
Actually, don't know how much of the back one we'll see. Well, let's start to put in our juice box. Friend here. Need to do. I'm gonna actually do this from the front first, and then we'll do like maybe a distort. We'll see. What kind of juice is this gonna have in it? That's the question.
Creative juice,
Yeah.
right?
What?
I'm
Orange
also
juice?
peeking at
Grape
Twitch,
juice?
and we've got people. Wait, is like start with a potato, or a potato donut. Okay. One water wing to rule them all, says Penny Doodles. Magic juice. Addie is suggesting.
Isn't creative juice coffee?
Creative juice is coffee.
Coffee
A coffee juice box? That's gross.
Just pop it in the microwave.
I think that the last thing I want to do is sip coffee through a bendy straw.
I
don't think that's. I don't know. We reject this, Wade.
I think there's a market for it.
Okay.
I honestly do.
That's fair.
we can certainly try to make this coffee.
Okay. So it's like brown, like a brown juice box?
Yeah, that's the thing I'm struggling with is the color. I don't know how you make that work with and have it be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to do it. I mean, look, that's on you. You can blame me on that one.
What if it's just like generic energy?
Yeah, like with like a lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt would be perfect.
Generic.
Generic energy. It energizes you to do everything average. It's very.
You're excited about it.
Yeah, but you're happy to be there.
Yes.
I love this. It's like classic lightning bolt.
Oh yeah.
Very good.
Except I need to move this point over since it's kind of in a weird spot. Yeah, you gotta go classic. Let's see here. And purple and yellow, classic combo.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Go. Java juice.
Java juice is
That was a
perfect.
recommendation from the chat.
Okay.
Let's slide this over a little bit.
I'm doing some experiments. I can't wait to show you. I'll let you know when it's time to show this off. But I think that I might be I could be a genius. I just want to see if Adobe Express is going to let me do this gesture. And if so, then I'll have done it. It could be anything because I haven't shown any of it to you yet, but I think it's going to be cool. Okay. Dun, dun, dun.
Make a copy.
That's really good. That's good.
Well, I was gonna do like an offset path and like cut it out from the circle.
I was gonna say that would be my next thing. Is that, like, if you made it, would you make it purple? Or would you actually cut it out?
I would just cut it out.
Amazing. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
But now I
She's
have to
doing
like,
it.
let's make a copy. I need to put this inside of here. I'm gonna see if I can do a.
In my head, it's like cinched at the waist, like she's snatched. She's like, like inside of it. Like, can we bend it inwards?
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try using an envelope distort or like a warp.
Studio manager is working overtime right now. That's Emily Pullen. Yes, he is. Jawa juice is also really good. This from Robert. Jawa juice is, I approve of that. Jort cola.
Here we go. Squeeze. That's what we want.
Yeah, squeeze. I think Wade is immediately averse to Jort cola. I felt it in the force. It was just like a spiritual recoiling.
I will let Wade take ownership of the jorts.
Yeah.
That's all Wade.
No, it's not me.
Generic energy coming soon to the merch store. Yes.
Yeah. Let's see.
This juice is called a bazinga.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm still hung up on the one water wing to rule them all. And I don't know if that's something that we can use at all, but that sounds like something I would like to explore on a later stream, because I have the distinct urge to illustrate a really majestic water wing.
yeah, do it.
I might. It's, you know what? It would be crazy if I like could draw whatever I wanted to draw and could just make it.
Isn't that the dream?
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for. All right, I'm gonna see if this will let me do the thing that I want to do. Maybe.
I feel like it needs to be. Let's isolate this path so I can add a point easier. I just want to have it like a little bit more expanded.
I love it so far. I'm digging it.
And we have to add the straw, which is
Yeah.
like the most important part.
It absolutely has to have a straw. Do we do like a splash where the straw?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
And we're on the same wavelength.
I'm also gonna make sure that I'm gonna cut this in half. And cut it in half.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to do that.
I think it's gonna make it easier for animating it, but also layering it. We have to release this compound path as well. I think it's.
Okay. This up here.
And then we're gonna join these pieces again.
And I'm gonna change the duration of this.
Now we're just talking to ourselves.
Yeah, we are. Sometimes that's how it goes, though, right? When you're
100%.
when
You're like,
creating something.
I need to crank out as many of these as possible.
Yeah.
I don't want to let you down, chat. All right. Ungroup. Oh my god, 20 minutes have flown by.
That's ridiculous. I feel like this is how it goes sometimes, though, with a stream where you're like, oh, yeah, I'm getting in the zone. And then
Oh
you
my
look
God,
up and it's like,
perfect.
I have to go. That is amazing. You did it.
We have to add the straw.
It's perfect.
But also, like, the top.
Yeah, should we do... Yeah.
Like,
I can already see it.
yeah.
That's perfect. You're a genius.
Can you
That's so
always
good.
be just
Like,
here?
I'll be your hype man.
Yeah.
Like, yes, yeah. Jack, you're killing it. This is perfect. You're brilliant. I can see it. I can see the vision.
There we go. We also need the little line. Box. Okay, there we go. And then, okay, we need to add the straw. We must add the straw.
It should have like just like the single bend. That's what I'm imagining, like the one little elbow in the straw.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
It's definitely gonna have the bend.
Everyone needs Val as a hype gal. I appreciate that so much. That makes me feel great. I'm
we're
glad
gonna-
that you feel that way.
We're gonna cheat it and we're gonna use a path. And I'm gonna make it the same color as this.
It's not cheating if it works, right? If
Oh,
it's,
no.
If it's clever, it's just clever.
Yeah,
You know.
but I can just I'll add a round and a round cap on that. And then we'll just add a little.
Add the crinkles.
I'm wondering if I can actually, let's do it this way. Cut it and use a zigzag effect rather than add them in manually.
Ooh.
So we're just gonna like cut it here and grab the zigzag from the effects panel.
Oh my gosh.
Obviously it's gonna be crazy. We need to bring it way down. I'm gonna choose, maybe I did want relative. Bring this down to like 2. We don't want very many. Maybe this is not gonna work.
I'm starting to see it though. I'm starting to see it. Does it just need more space?
Possibly. Let's see. I need to like pull it out. I can't.
Yeah, like
can't see
separate
you.
it a little bit. I'm seeing the vision, and I can't tell you how many times I myself have needed to do a bendy straw. But if I did, this is how I would go about it.
I'm not sure if this is gonna work. Let's see.
You could also just put a bunch of diamonds in there.
Yeah, I could. I
Yeah.
thought I was gonna be clever, but maybe not.
I was seeing it though.
Oh,
I
you
was
know what it
feeling
is? This happens sometimes. If you've got, it's because I've got these 2 points right next to each other, and so it will like put a whole bunch of them sometimes when it does that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
I see things close together. Do you want just like a bunch of stuff here? I
yeah,
got you.
Yeah. Okay, that looks better, but it's still not. I don't love it. We might have to just not do this way.
Jack, the tool master. Honestly, yes.
Okay, I'm not doing it that way. I hate it.
Also, by the way, if any of you are looking to sharpen your Illustrator skills or learn Illustrator and kind of learning all of the nifty things that you can actually do with the program, little tips and tricks and pro tips, I would highly recommend checking out the challenges that Jack has done for Illustrator in the past. They are always very, very organized, super interesting, and I've learned how to do some things in Illustrator that I didn't even know existed. You know, especially as a Photoshop girl, I'm like, I would do most of the super fast, quick tips and stuff that you share with us manually in Photoshop, and then I'm like, oh, there's like a couple of buttons for that in Illustrator if you know the magic, if you have the magic to access it, and yeah, definitely would recommend.
Thanks. I think
You're
Izzy's
welcome.
doing them right now, so you can still participate in
Yeah. Izzy's
current
got
challenges.
Izzy's got some good ones going on right now. There was a distorted type.
The type one was very cool.
I loved it. That looks great.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's fine. I can tell by the tone of your voice, Jack.
Yeah.
that
Yeah, here
you're
it goes
really-
again.
that you're really into it. Okay.
Want to hear.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
This is a proof of concept.
Exactly.
So.
I love it.
Okay, that's good enough for now. We'll group it. I'm going to put it up here. Alright, and we're going to have it actually, I'm going to have it go the other way since we got a little bit more room over there. Love that. It needs to be shorter though. I made it too long. This
yeah,
way.
so that it sticks out. Makes sense. Makes sense. Or if you turned it just slightly,
This? Or
Yeah.
the whole thing?
Yeah, like the whole thing. Like
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
turned it just slightly, you could also fit it in on that corner without cutting off. Yeah.
Making it work. Making it work.
Perfect.
Alright. Love that. Alright, we want to add the little, and I have a good trick for this too. For the little, juice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make it, what color should it be? Let's do, is this purple? Is it red?
Do you really want my answer and opinion? Or
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna choose purple. I'm gonna
Okay,
choose more
purple.
purple. Honestly, I feel like maybe it could be like a lighter purple. Because
Yeah.
you know,
Very.
I feel like red or yellow juice
No,
would
right,
send
like
the
I
wrong
was
message.
like, I don't know what color to pull from this that's not gonna be weird.
You could also do blue.
I could do blue.
You could do blue.
Alright, so we're gonna use like a stroke width on this. We'll go blue. That'll be nice.
But yeah, I think you have to. I think you have to be careful with the juice content.
Oh yeah, 100%. Alright, we're gonna grab the stroke width. I think it's just called the width tool. I'm gonna make it a little bit larger. Alright.
I'm checking our time. Oh, we have only been live for 30 minutes. That's crazy. Well,
Yeah, but it also felt like I felt like it was.
I mean, you've been here longer than me too.
No, I mean it feels like time is flying for me.
Mm-hmm. But that's
Normal.
that's what happens when you're hanging out with your friends.
Yeah, obviously.
I want to know what else, what other kinds of emotes folks think that they would need too. Because we have like ideas for like general, like, okay, the sip and save, the monkey paws, like all of these things. But as you guys like hanging out with us in the chat, what do you feel like you're like, oh, I need an emote for this moment? Something that maybe reoccurs like from your perspective, because we're always here. If we're not streaming, we're modding and everything. But I think that you guys have the unique ability to tell us.
Chat.
We are. It's not as creepy as you made that sound, but yes. An O crop emote.
Oh my god, I
That's
love that.
good.
That's so good.
I love
Who
it.
came up with that one?
That was Addie.
I love
Addie O. Who honestly, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Addie O in the chat has been watching Adobe Creative live streams since 2015. Addie has been around for a very long time. She's taken many forms, many usernames and stuff, but Addie is one of our OG friends, so it's so good to have you, Addie.
All right, this is
Oh, the
last.
applause idea. Applause is a good one too.
Yeah, I like that one.
I'm gonna make some notes.
For I know we're not there yet, or because we have other ones. We'll have to know what we're gonna do next. 'Cause I'm gonna be done with this shortly after we throw out New Express to do a little animation. But we have to know what's next. What the next one we're gonna work on is. If it's gonna be one of the like. I know Wrong Layer was one, Make It Pop, but I forgot where I was going with this. It was gonna be a recommendation for like a visual for one of them. And
Oh yeah,
forgot what it
we
was.
do need. Honestly, that would
Oh,
be
blame.
great.
Was it blame chat? Or no? What was the one
Chat?
that you just suggested?
Oh, crop.
Oh, crop.
Oh, crop. Because you could do, I mean, you could do like the whole, like crop symbol.
Yeah, I had a thought, and now it's gone. For that one, what we could do. Okay, you know
I
what?
don't know
Okay.
if that works, but I did a little tiny sketch, something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know, like, and it could be like mostly text. So that would be kind of cool. Applause, hands, obviously, I think would be your first go-to for that one, but.
All right, we're gonna throw this over here, and I'm gonna go to. Oh, we haven't saved this either. What is happening? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make a new document because I'm gonna open this in Express from the Illustrator file,
Okay.
so that I can have all these pieces and parts. So we could animate parts of this separate. I don't know if it makes sense for this one. Save.
I feel like, at least when I was thinking about like what could be fun to animate, some of them I've animated like a lot, or have done like tests and stuff to animate a ton of stuff, and then some of them I was thinking like it could be as fun as just like having something wobble, you know, or having the text pop in, you know, if you wanted to put text over it.
Text in this. Yeah, we could add that in Express though. Hold on, let me grab my browser. I'm gonna start from my content. Sip save. Open it. It's gonna open up the Illustrator file. It's gonna give me the option to have layers, which is what we can use to animate parts of this separately. There we go.
You know what?
Oh, you know what I need to do? I didn't think about this. Let's go back out. I need to expand that line before I do this. This path with a round end cap. I need to expand that. I'm gonna go to path, outline stroke. I'm gonna resave. I'm gonna do that a second time. So we can
Is
keep
that a raccoon?
Yeah, that's a badger.
That's the
Do you want to
paw's
see
name.
this? Oh,
I do want to see it. I mean,
Yeah, I
if
made this
you're-
for my Twitch.
That's so cute.
Here, watch. And this is separately animated, so let's delete the background. The background is in there so I can key it out, so I can get a
with the
transparent
chroma?
background. Yeah. But there it is.
And he just
Dances, yeah. So I don't know if
out.
Stian is in the chat, but Stian's a regular, and Stian subscribed to my Twitch.
Oh,
and he was
how
the first
fun.
subscriber. So I was like, I need to make Stian an emote. So we have a
That's amazing.
yeah.
I love it. I'm trying to.
But that was all. Those were like separately animated pieces. So you can see that I like grouped them all, so I can animate them separately. That's kind of what I mean.
perfect.
I don't know if it makes sense for this one, but I think this could be as simple as like let's group the whole thing, and just do a bob, literally a bob.
and just kind of, you know, like he's just hanging out in the water. He's safe.
Yeah.
He's safe.
We have to adjust the. Let's bring the intensity down a little bit, and I'm gonna have to probably scale it so it doesn't get cut off when we're doing the bobbing.
I don't know why my keyboard is not doing its thing.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Is that working? I think I'm okay. I think I'm doing it. Maybe.
There we go. That's sized good.
Okay, I'm just gonna use the keyboard that is available here.
Yeah, I don't think we need to add anything else. I suppose we could potentially have these separate.
There we go.
If we do like a
You could make, I mean, you could make the splash like kind of change size if they were bigger, you know,
Yeah.
because it's such a small detail that it might not work as like something that's like really visually like obvious.
scale it up a bit more. do we loop it or we just have it like just come in?
Loop probably, because what I'm thinking of is that like
No, I'll have to
there's
keep going,
some there's some though that like I feel like it's okay if it just changes, because I've seen emotes like that, like where it's not necessarily something that loops. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they just do a little thing and then restart. I don't think that people care much if they do have like a hard cut and then like a restart. And let us know in the chat, folks, if that's how you feel. I think that like sometimes the effect of like a really funny or beloved gesture for the emote is more important than like, does it loop seamlessly?
True. Yeah.
Because they're just fun little things, right? Let me see.
I need to actually like pull this out.
Energy juice, bobbing away. Yes, Umacorn.
Bobbing away.
I'm trying not to call Umacorn Umacorb over on Twitch.
Yeah, because the B at the end.
Yeah, Bliss says we really do not care if they have a hard stop and restart. Yeah, everybody's saying no problem for an emote with a hard cut. Okay, perfect.
I am going to keep them in the same group because it looks weird without it together.
Looping seamlessly is just my OCD. Yeah, and I'm the same way, Josh, is that like I kind of want it to loop seamlessly as well, just for my own personal preference, but like sometimes when I feel like we've all probably been in this situation where you get down to designing and you're creating it, and like there's a little change from like something, the theory of a project versus how it is actually in practice. And I think that's one of the details that you don't have to worry about so much unless you really want to. Most of the moving emotes have that. We just like using them. Yes.
I don't really mind that.
Yeah, I don't mind that either. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Very
Great.
cute.
Done.
Very cute.
Moving on. For this, so like I mentioned before, this would have a background if we exported it out and converted it to a GIF. So if you wanted to have a transparent background, there's a video that Fabiola did a couple weeks ago, and she went through the process of doing this, where you take a contrasting color, like a green screen, basically, and then you can bring it into the video into Premiere and key that out, and then you can get that transparent background that you want. Export that out, to Photoshop, and then export out your GIF.
Yeah.
So that would be the process there. What about making the lightning glow or flicker? I don't know. Can we do that in Express?
You could have it like do the actual flicker thing,
Yeah.
and you could put a different color lightning bolt behind it.
Oh my
and have the
gosh,
top
that's
one flicker.
amazing. Yes, please.
Like a lighter color
Yeah.
or a darker color.
Okay.
At least that's how I try to do like a flickering thing.
Behind it? Hold
Yeah.
on, let me get there. Where are you? Where did you put yourself? Oh, in front. Okay, we want to put that behind. Layers are important.
Sometimes, yeah.
So, hold on. This is going to be a lighter one behind it?
Yeah, if you put a lighter one behind it and then have the darker one on top flicker, it'll look like it's just flickering between, like, to a different color.
Okay,
So you can, like, fake it out.
go to edit. We're going to make this slightly lighter. I'm not going to be able to see it right away, but that's fine. And we're going to make this one animate, flicker. Why not animate?
Like a loop,
Play?
yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
there it was. Hold on, let's speed it up. I like how my ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, but it does
It does
like,
work.
do the thing.
You're right. You're a genius, Val.
Yeah, thanks.
I love this.
If you could just be here all the time. If you could just be here all the time for me, that would be really cool.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah.
Look at it go. Oh yeah.
I love it.
I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes!
Please. Let's play the whole thing. That is so good.
That's perfect.
Perfect. Also, thank you. Shout out to Jeff for that idea. All right, we got to move on because we got 20 minutes left.
Yes.
We need to get another one of these done. So what are we working on next?
So we could do the O crop. We could do the applause. I think you have.
Oh, applause. Maybe that's what I was thinking about.
We could do clapping hands if we wanted. We could also do, like hands clapping together. It could be like two hands that like kind of slide in to clap. Would be. I mean, if you guys could see the look on Jack's face and then looking farther than Jack to the look
just
on
straight
Wade's
through
face.
this way.
Yeah,
That's how clapping works.
Thanks, Val.
Oh no! I was like seeing it in my head, but I can see that the reenactment of the emote theory is not welcomed. That's fine. This is fine.
No, you have to think it through. You have to act it out.
Yeah.
Right? That's what animators do.
The two hands come together, I think.
But I
Great
think I know
concept.
what you're saying. You have them from like this view.
Yeah,
And they come together.
and they slide
And then
in.
separate.
That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to show. Bro, your faces when I looked over, you guys were like, Okay, I'm gonna peek at Twitch and see if anybody over there
Yeah,
is
after
sticking up for me.
that.
Oh no, they're just laughing.
Yeah.
That's great. That's
We're
fine.
all giving you emotes of how to clap.
I see that. You're getting roasted on Twitch.
I love when Val explains basic motions. Ooh, my stomach muscles. Okay. Thank you for the clapping emotes. I don't think I need any more. I think I remembered how to do it. I appreciate it. But honestly, actually, whenever we're working on an emote, I would love to see you guys spam the ones you have, because then we can kind of see like what is also generally accepted as an emote that means this thing. You know, like what have people come to expect? This is a pretty good hand.
Yeah, I like using Illustrator to do this because it's really easy to make sausage fingers.
Is that a thumb? What'd you say?
Yeah, that's a thumb.
That's a thumb. Okay.
But yeah, sausage
checking.
fingers.
I
You know
need
what
help
mean.
when it comes to this sort of thing. I'm not familiar to like the hand shape, the clapping motion.
Yeah,
I
no.
just need
Yeah,
any
no.
guidance. Okay.
This is for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it.
And then yeah, we are gonna.
Val, next step, place hand on iPad.
Yeah, please. Trace hand. Ooh. That's gonna be around for a while too. That's the whole clapping thing. I was just thinking that, and I'm like, this is not just a funny haha for today.
Oh no,
If
that's gonna
Jack-
haunt you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, if Jack mentions jorts once, and now we've done jorts designs for a majority of our streaming day today,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not going away. It's not
No.
going away.
Sorry.
It's okay. Good thing I really, really like chat. You know?
You heard it here.
Yes. Okay, I think I want this to go the other direction.
I'm trying to do this hand like as fast as I can.
I love it. Honestly, I feel like it's very relaxing, you know? I don't know about you guys. Honestly, polls in the chat, like who enjoys, like when you're watching a stream, the sound of like clicking and keyboard tippy taps? I love it. But I feel like sometimes people don't, but it's like one of my favorite things, especially if I'm like working while I'm watching a show, I'm lurking, you know, while I'm getting a project done. I like to hear the sounds of somebody else working alongside me.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
ASMR clicky clacks, yep. Oh, Maddie's emote, it's like a character that's like clapping over here. So you could like, we could do like arms that are like sliding together, although we'd have to do an entire character. I don't know if we have time to do that, but that's definitely something that we could experiment with later too. If we
Yeah.
decided to do something like that. Val, I use my hands and talk to myself even when I'm alone to get ideas out. I laugh, but I relate. Yes, I feel the same way, Josh. If you guys weren't here, I would still have been like, how would this work? And I was imagining, like, the frame in the air and imagining the hand sliding in, so...
Honestly, who doesn't try to use themselves as a reference? And you're like, I can't make my arm bend that way.
Yeah, I'm like, does this work?
Yep.
When I'm doing like a character illustration and I have like them in an action pose and I'm like, I don't even think I could do this. I don't think that works. I don't think that's anatomically correct.
I don't know if I'm gonna get this done in time.
Well, I will for sure have something to show off as well. So by the end of things, so we can kind of showcase together.
I don't feel like I have these hands right. What? Are they gonna meet the right way though?
Kinda.
No. Let me think about it. Because the thumb has to be the other way.
Yeah. Or the wrist has to be the other way.
Needs to be this way.
Yeah.
That way. Now they will meet. They should meet.
Clap, clap. I love it.
Right. Okay, we need to scale them down though. They're too large. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have them come from. I have to have them be together in the file that I bring over to Express, and then separate them.
Sometimes I have actually taken some like elements separately and worked on them in other files and stuff as well before I kind of moved into Express to do stuff. I think it kind of depends on your own personal, process with it as well. Why is that not showing up? Please show up. Sorry, I'm trying to answer you and solve this problem at the same time.
That's fine. I'm gonna try to add some detailing to this so we can differentiate the two hands.
How does this start later? Yeah, I want that to end right there.
We're getting there now, I think. Wrong way. And then we'll do like a little path.
Yeah. Separate the fingers.
Yeah.
I love that.
That looks a little bit clearer.
Yeah, that definitely looks like the palm now because you can see like it's honestly a lot of it is just that line of the thumb going into the palm.
Right, 100%.
Like as soon as you can see that, it registers as like what it's supposed to be.
Honestly, I feel like that's one of the most important. If I could give you a tip for drawing hands, that little part of the thumb is like so important.
Yeah.
I had to take a class in college that was literally called like heads, hands, and feet. And
Oh,
that's
yeah,
all
yeah.
we did. Yeah, was just draw like everybody's least favorite subject.
I probably could benefit from that class. Honestly, I feel like I kind of need a refresher every once in a while to like get back into it and
Wade's
practice.
studies.
Yeah.
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 Okay, that I'm surprised at how well that came together in the amount of time. All right, we need to do like a little. We're gonna use the star tool here, and then we're gonna use. Let's do like that. And the star tool is live, so I can go in here and add like round these out to make like a starburst kind of a thing. I'll grab all of those.
Do like a honestly, if you did that in between those in Express, you could have the like as soon as they come together, you could have that with animated with the pop in between them, so it actually make like a little burst when they on impact. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I didn't say it, but I thought it. You just
Yeah.
we had the same. We were on the same wavelength.
Sometimes though, I do repeat exactly what people just said, and I'm like, oh, my bad.
Oh, how do I have extra fingers? That's not good. We need to get rid of those. Okay, let's make sure we have everything grouped. Okay. And then, let me think about how I want to do this. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. We are going to get this into Express. I don't know how far we'll get with animating.
Okay, because we have like a couple minutes. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to also attempt to jump in and preview this if I can.
I'm going to take this over here. Fortunately, I have exactly 2 artboards. Oh, what in the world? That's okay. I somehow applied that to my other artwork. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to scale this all down. We're going to go to Object, Path. We need to outline our paths before we bring it over to Express. New. Great. Paste. File. Save. We're going to save this as applause.
Awesome.
We're going to go back over to Express. I'm going to open up a new... Nope, not the GIF maker. Adobe Express. I'm going to bring that file in. Okay.
We've got like 2 minutes.
We're not going to make it.
I don't know, but I think...
Do we want to switch to... Do we need to... We're going to switch to you?
Yeah.
We just see... I don't... So, I'll do a quick little recap. We did the little sip and save. I'll play this again for you, so you can see how that one looks. The animated emote. Everything was made in Illustrator. We brought that Illustrator file over. And then the applause one, I'm just going to do the same thing. So you can see I brought it in. And we've got all of our... everything grouped so I can... I'll do this probably while...
Well, we're doing the other?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, and
this
if you
is
want to
the one
switch
that
to
I
Val.
made. Yeah, so it's tentative, okay? Let me play it, because there's an animation that goes with it. Let me...
Oh my god.
So it's just this. I'm trying to finesse like how that actually works, like where the H's start. I was trying to, it used to just say ah, but I realized if I just, it's only 2 letters. So if I just put them like, I don't know.
Perfect.
I also thought about doing oh no. So this is the other one. I'll switch over here real quick. Please. Okay. So I also did that one.
I love that one.
This one? Okay.
Yeah.
This
I
might
don't
be-
know how chat feels, but that one,
Yeah, let us know. Oh, no! So, like, if somebody messes up or does something interesting or somebody, I don't know, I drop stuff when I stream sometimes.
Yeah.
I knock stuff over on my desk. This is perfect. So I hope that you guys...
Which one, chat? Oh, no, or
Yeah.
ah.
Oh,
Please
yeah.
post the text
Yeah.
in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, no, or the screen. Let us know. All right, that is all the time we have for this one. But coming up next is going to be me and Wade, I believe. Yes, we are going to be diving into more Twitch rewards and also some alerts. So like follower alerts and stuff. So please stay tuned.
That's gonna be fun.
We will be back shortly, and then more Jack and Wade after
Yeah.
that.
It's like
gonna be
one
awesome.
big mod relay race
Yeah,
today.
Mod Squad takeover, you
Yeah.
might say. All right, adios, guys. We'll see you in just a moment.
Bye.
Today we're gonna be doing like mascot monsters. I love Mothman.
Okay, let's do Mothman.
You guys are gonna see my sketch process. I'm making a new layer for each concept. So make a new layer and then I will select multiple and group them and work within this group. So when I create something
interesting.
that I like, that whole concept is grouped all together and I already have it organized. I just have to keep working within that. The little circle is like him. We're gonna have like this dramatic for his coat, whatever it is. This will come like something like that. I'm wondering if we give it a little dynamic tilt. I'm gonna turn this on a lower opacity. With the lower opacity, I'm able to kind of keep track of what I'm doing. and then I can come in and kind of solidify this a little bit more. As I'm painting, if I double tap that to highlight the center circle, I can then erase with whatever brush I have selected. He needs luscious lashes, I think.
Luscious.
And I don't know that I'm accepting critique on that design choice.
And so I'm just working on just like a little type lockup for us to have to create this kind of like
This is perfect.
collegiate look.
Yeah, this is the vibe.
Yes.
For sure.
100%. Okay, back to you.
I'm trying to decide if he needs a slope for his nose, like
Yeah.
so something like this, little nose blushies maybe on that little swoop. I feel like that could be enough.
And it feels like just enough.
Yeah. So I'm also going to start to detail his little coat. Basically over top of it, I will make it a lot more clean.
Okay, this is looking great.
With my lasso, I am going to do kind of a haphazard like outline, and it's gonna look like garbage for a second, and then it won't. So bear with me. We're gonna bring this underneath, and then we're gonna add some color.
Ooh.
I kind of like that.
I like the green outline, and then I wonder even that darker or like the lighter green for the...
Yeah.
This looks great.
Thank you. I wonder if we could just continue that up. I'm thinking one more weird outline around the edge, if that makes sense. Transform this and make it a little
Oh yeah, why not?
thicker. I'll say continue. I'm going to hide the background,
Yep.
and then I'm going to save, publish and export, come over to my Creative Cloud because I have a library prepared. I'm going to say upload photo from my very normal camera roll, like, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pop over to Express. Then I should have our PNG. And I'm going to go animation. And we're going to do like nice little slide in. I think we can change our background color to...
Can you share this document with me?
Yeah.
Because if we are live collaborating, it's super easy on a document that I can put in the type that I've created, and I can copy and paste directly from Illustrator, and then you can keep working there in Express.
It would be cool to have like lines shoot out too, so it looks like it's coming in on like a shooting star streak, and I'm just gonna kind of stack them. All right, so if we have all of these, group those, and then let's go ahead and animate it.
It's there, we did it. Bye everybody.
Bye!
Hey everybody, welcome back. How's it going? You can see we've changed positions a little bit. Val, oh, by the way, hi, I'm Wade Ickoff. I will be your host.
Yes.
This is Val. I'll let her introduce herself, but we also have Jack over there, so we're all together.
We finally added Jack to the peanut gallery.
Yay.
So Yeah, Jackson now in the corner.
Yeah. So Val, what are we doing? What are we doing for this section?
Today we're going to be working on some of our alerts and rewards and things. So I've got a couple of ideas, how that could look, but it's going to be a lot of experimentation, seeing little moving pieces and things that we will then be animating in Express to kind of create some kind of burst cool effect that might happen when you follow the Twitch channel. So I'm excited for that. I've also, you guys were talking about challenges in the first stream, things that you could
rewards
save your jorts for.
Yep.
You could save up your jorts to kind of come together as a group, maybe to purchase. And I thought it would be cool to do a ghost mode challenge where you kind of enter the non-UI view of software, and for 5 minutes you have to rely on your knowledge of short keys and shortcuts and hotkeys to try and find your tools. And maybe if chat is kind enough, they would be screaming out hotkeys for us at that point.
The standard hotkey roulette, except this time you can't see. Yeah,
I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
So maybe a ghost mode icon would be fun to do.
What is the ghost mode?
That would be
the
Okay. Challenge. That's what I've kind of thought of it in my head as, because you wouldn't see anything.
So the interface has ghosted you. And
yeah.
It's gone. It's
yeah.
gone.
Yes. So here's my face. We're gonna leave that up. We're gonna leave that there. Mostly so that if this is the only photo you've seen of me, you know that it's not all the time. It's definitely me, but it's not. That's not what I look like all the time.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. First the clapping. Now the. Okay, so I'm gonna. Honestly, I'm just gonna leave some of these notes because OCROP would be fun to work on if I end up moving away from alerts. But for now, I think we will do alert sketches. And I was thinking it would be, when I decide, and maybe you do the same thing, when I am deciding, how am I going to animate something? I always kind of try to track the progress of the gesture first. So, from a blank screen, we could have, something come up and it's new follower, and then maybe something follows that, if that pops up, and then we could have bursts of items. I am willing to add jorts to this. So if there's like a burst of confetti, stars, little whatever.
So little props, little things.
Yeah.
Jumping out. Yeah.
Little items. There's a little pair of jorts right there for the audience. Maybe another little pair of jorts over here. I don't know if the broader Adobe Live team.
Just keep going.
Yeah,
Just keep going.
Because I'm when we turn these in, they're gonna be like, why are there little pants on
what is
everything?
going on?
I'm like, you just.
So much laundry.
Yeah, we this is what the people wanted. So then we can have these kind of bursting out, so kind of okay, first step text, second step a burst. And then there could also be something that wipes it all away instead of it all just falling down. Or it could be wiped away by a secondary message. So you could have a thank you slide in. New follower, so-and-so. The only thing with the follower alert is that there has to be room for Twitch to kind of fill in. And if I'm not mistaken, there are different ways that works. So you could do the alert with the text above it. I think you can do the alert with the text below it. Or if you design it a certain way, you can do the alert with the text over top of it. And
that's usually the username, right? Yeah.
The username of the person.
You followed, yeah.
So I'm thinking that we might do alert and username underneath, I think would probably be good. Or what do you think? We could also do alert and username on top.
I think if things are exploding, probably from up top, right? So that you have room for them to move.
We could also do it this way.
Where the name is on the bottom and then everything explodes out.
If we wanted to, I'm going to put this over here because I'll know what that meant when I come
I'm
back to
glad
my
you
notes.
do.
Yeah, this is
No,
a
I think we
whole
get
story.
it. It actually, yeah, it's a thumbnail in one. It's like, yeah.
Another thing that we could do is we could design a kind of like bar illustration, right? And then the animation itself could be all of the confetti and stuff around it. So we could put like new follower, but the actual justified center of it would be this. So we can still have new follower. So if the center of the alert is the empty box here, then the username would show up there, and then we can have stuff kind of bursting out.
Everywhere, yeah.
So it would come up
So
like
from the
in
center.
the center, or
yeah. Okay.
So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe we'll do that one because that one seems to make more sense. Motif. I think we've established purple as a main color.
Do we need to ask chat for other confetti items?
Yes, we do definitely need to
Yeah,
ask for
so
confetti
chat-
items.
We need to get those ideas coming through. Like, well, you use jorts, but if you have anything else that maybe we've either talked about today or just all new, Val, you can draw. You can draw anything.
I can draw anything.
I believe Val can draw anything.
I can't tell you it's going to be good or make
Oh,
you feel
we're
nice to look
we're
at
not
it,
getting
but I
into
can- yeah.
qualifying it,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
what the value of it is.
I can draw
think it's
anything
amazing,
about as well
but
as I clap these days. That's
very
cute
very
in the
well.
gallery.
Nice callback.
Okay. Somebody said Adobe logo, and I don't know if we can do like a stylized
yeah.
logo, but what we could do is a triangle with clipped edges.
Yep.
So we could
100%.
do this if we wanted to. In red. We could do a little shape like that.
What if you could talk to a Photoshop and say, now that in red,
Yeah.
to the correct layer, please?
Make it pop.
Yep.
Now we need the emote right now.
Yes. You're being so precise.
Thank you. Did you see the flicker? Where I thought I saw the flicker that came back of my
Yeah,
own
yeah.
face for a second there. I think that this will work as like it's not the Adobe logo, but
Yeah.
it makes you,
It
it's
makes
reminiscent,
right.
you know?
You feel the presence of Adobe.
So that works. We can also do, I'm just going to use the polygonal lasso tool to kind of create some general shapes. And then I think we'll work our way through illustrating the various confettis. And then we will take those into Adobe Express. So there's definitely going to be some jorts.
So when you're thinking about like what you're making, like I see these excellent jorts coming together.
Thank you.
So what is the prep for taking them into Express? I mean, I know it's just, are you gonna use libraries? Or are you gonna import? What's your path?
I can use libraries if I want. If I have multiple files or like assets, which we will probably end up with multiple assets today. I can export as images, and then I can come into, I believe I have my Creative Cloud desktop app or Creative Cloud app for mobile here. So I've got our Twitch Mod Squad library open, and I can drag and drop them here and then access them individually in Express. Another thing that I can do is I can just have them all visible on the canvas and make sure to turn the background off. and then if I go into Express, everything will be available there as like almost like if you imagine a sticker sheet.
Yeah, and then you can just mask
And I can just
out.
crop it.
Yeah.
So, but
I just wondered what you were doing for this. Like, what was your plan of action today?
Since this is something that's supposed to be bigger, I think that I'm going to end up like saving images of our concepts, like our little pieces out, and then I'm going to migrate over to Express and stay in Express, kind of putting it all together. That's going to be it. But first, I feel like we need these little illustration pieces, so we're going to do these concepts. Adobe logo.
Oh my gosh,
sort of.
Bruce says you got to have the banana.
Oh yeah.
So that means you have to have toast too, right?
Yeah. I think that's
So make
a good
some
idea.
notes on toast and banana. Good call, Bruce. Jack says donuts.
That's fair.
Oh, was that just a request? I'm not clear. Both. Okay.
Okay.
And coffee. Yes. Coffee cup.
Okay, banana. And then let's also do toast. There we go.
I'm kind of working on. I'm working beside you, but I'm not really working.
Okay.
I'm taking these ideas and
I
just.
do the same thing all the time.
Yeah. I like the coffee cup, so I'm gonna kind of mess around with a coffee cup.
Okay, I'll
idea.
leave you.
But I'm using the polygonal lasso tool, just so in case you want to use it.
I
I
love the polygonal lasso tool. It's one of
Polygonal.
my favorite. Polygonal.
See, that's why we're friends,
Polygonal.
because you can say polygonal and I say polygonal, and we don't get upset about it.
Yeah. That's honestly.
I don't know which one is. I think they're both right.
I say it differently almost every stream. I switch it up.
Keep people guessing. Yes.
Honestly, I think it just keeps people very confused as to what I'm actually doing. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have made these vector shapes, is what I should have done. Do you ever use, number one, do you use Fresco a lot? Number two, do you use vectors in Fresco?
First question, yes, I do use Fresco. Second question, no, I don't use vectors.
Okay.
Very often. Sometimes I do. It just depends on what the end goal is.
I heard a really unamused
Yeah,
sigh
there
from
was
the
like
peanut gallery.
I guess there's a thing against raster images. I don't know what's.
I have to use them for specific things, right? Like because I can't paint with them. I can draw with them, but I'm not a precise illustrator. I'm a painter. Yeah. Line work.
If you need crispy line work.
If I'm going to like change the size of something later on, I will do it vectorized, with the vector brushes. I also really like some of the gestures and stuff you can get when you use them. I've made my shapes, and I realize we're gonna kind of redo just a little bit here, but I'm gonna actually grab my lasso tool, and we're gonna bring this into vector, because I think that's gonna be the better option. I'm gonna make this bottom.
So you're getting in some fine detail.
I'm not gonna do too much, and in fact, I'm thinking maybe that might be a little much for what we're doing here.
Well, you're going to see more in an alert, right, than you would on Emote. So
Yeah,
it's
because
not
they're
bad.
bigger.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
bigger. I'm gonna do like a little roughened edge on this.
You know what? I'm gonna start talking to myself too, if that's okay.
Please go ahead. Please feel free. Best approach to work: keep people confused as to what you're doing, but make sure they know it's important and needs to keep being done. You know what?
Hey, that's some sound advice. Who said that?
That was unknown variable. Which I
Oliver?
love that the name unknown
calling-
variable is perfectly.
Well, I called them
attuned.
out. That's Oliver over from Behance.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Secrets unveiled.
Honestly, I love that. I think that if you can balance the right level of mystery with absurdity, people start to think that you're really onto something, whether you are or not. Okay, vector brushes. Basic.
Boy, you have put a challenge. This is not using the polygonal lasso tool for drawing. I've done it multiple times, but it's just not something I do all the time. Mm-hmm. So it is now a challenge for me to work that way.
It's one of my favorite ways, like if you can get it. I started doing it to kind of train myself to see the shape of something, like the silhouette of something versus the lines.
That's such a good idea.
You know, it's really fun sometimes too, especially if you're like, okay, what does the silhouette of this object look like in perspective? Mm-hmm. You know, with our little confettis, I don't believe we're going to be doing a lot of stuff in perspective. I don't think I'm going to go that crazy. But it is a kind of a cool thing to think about as a challenge to yourself.
It is definitely a challenge for me, which is fun. Let's see.
I think we need pockets. I think we need pockets, but just like simple pockets, just like.
Mm-hmm. So if I were to give you something, what form would you want it in?
Like a PNG?
Yeah, just PNG?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that would work. Okay, those look like shorts.
Oh, yeah. Killing it.
That's a short.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to, normally I like get super into like, oh, you know what?
Halt.
Famous last word.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Normally I get in super close and start doing some dissolve brush goodness, and I think I'm gonna do it because
You got to. That's your thing, right?
Yeah, I can do that. And our shapes are vectorized, so I can make it a little larger if I want. Kind of add these back. Okay. I'm gonna make this a group because I kind of have this one item that I really like. So I'll select multiple, group them, and because it's a vector, I don't have to save a different version of it. I can just make it larger. And we're gonna add a little bit of depth and dimension to it with our handy dandy dissolve brush. Let's make ourselves a new layer. If you are, so I'm gonna be combining vector brushes with pixel brushes. Here, so you need to put all of those different details on separate layers. You have to, because you cannot use a pixel brush to paint on a layer that is a vector layer in Photoshop. They're two different kinds of things, and you don't do them all at once. You can do them in the same file, but not on the same physical layer interacting with themselves, with each other. So I've got my vector detail layers here that are just like simple shapes and things, and then in between those I'm going to start creating the texture. So we're going to come over here, and I can do the dissolve brush in here just like I do in Photoshop. I can grab my soft round opacity, come into my brush settings, and I can change the blend mode to dissolve, and I can grab this, and I can add a little bit of something.
Oh, yeah. There it goes.
Yeah.
If you're just coming in, we're with Val, and Val is making some jorts. She's making an alert for followers over on the Adobe Twitch channel. What's up, chat? Just saying hi again, just checking in. It looks like... yeah, it looks like Bruce is cheering you on. Good job. Yeah.
Thanks, Bruce.
Yeah, wait, how's it?
Yeah.
I don't even
Thanks,
know.
Bruce. Dude, people are gonna watch, like, gonna jump into
And not
the middle
know,
of the stream,
yeah.
be like, "Why is Rudy clapping?"
If you want to
like
know, if you'd like to find out more about that gesture, watch the last stream.
that?" Yeah. By the way, you can also convert a vector layer into a pixel layer, which is what I'm gonna do now because I want to be able to lock it. So I can say convert to pixel layer, and then I can say lock transparency, and then I can paint directly into the jorts.
Clever is saying, I went and got nachos. What have I missed? What have you missed? Well, you made some jorts.
I did make some jorts.
A little recap here.
So I kind of created my shapes with vector brushes, and I used the polygonal lasso tool to create the jorts shape and filled it with the vector brush. So you can use the paint bucket tool to paint bucket a color into a shape, whatever you want to do. And you can choose between pixel or vector. So I made it vector so that I can resize, everything's crispy, and then into these shapes and things, I'm using pixel brushes to kind of spice everything up, make it a little fancy.
Good recap.
Thanks.
Excellent
Thanks,
recap.
man. I'm gonna make this a little lighter. Okay, looks like jorts to me.
Yeah. Now, do you? I know I've seen you do the dissolve process in Photoshop, and sometimes it looks a little sparkly. I know you can do like the merge down trick. Is that an issue at all in Fresco?
That's a good question. And to be honest, I haven't tried the merging too much. But maybe we should. Maybe we should do a test.
Well, I'm looking at it. I was looking at it, and I didn't see like the same kind of visual.
They were still
artifact.
those ones. Like I didn't do any merging at all there. They were all in their own separate ones. So let's kind of try that. Let me make this shape real quick for our.
Oh, yeah, do what you do. I'm
toast.
just asking questions. This is just me trying to learn on the job.
I think that we could probably. It might work. It might work because it was kind of a matter of like. Oops, not pixel. We don't want pixel. Done. When I paint bucket this, I want vector for sure, so that I can resize it, and it's so crispy. Okay, let's try this. Let's go into our brush, make a new layer. We'll hide this too, by the way, so that we can see everything that's going on. Brush, we'll grab, let's grab a red. So there's the dissolve effect. Basically what the dissolve filter is it's a way to do gradients at 100% opacity. So it does kind of fade, but you can see as we zoom in here, everything, it's just like breathing space between pixels. So it's at 100% opacity totally, with that kind of scattering effect on it. But usually if I, have like 2 layers of it, so let's like kind of overlap in some areas here, and then I merge down. Let's see if this changes it. Or let's merge into, merge down. Let me try to put something that's not dissolve on it. Just out of curiosity. I think it merges at like 100% opacity.
So it does the same. It doesn't anti-alias the pixel edges. So it keeps it crispy.
Well, so I mean, like, because like this is merged and it's got like the
Yeah, it kept all of the dissolve effect. Yeah. Okay.
So it's pretty crispy all the way around. To be honest, though, like I do love being able to do that, like get that kind of almost like it softens it in Photoshop. But I don't actually mind the like hard dissolve either in Fresco.
Yeah, and it totally works. It's especially with the jorts you're working on. So I just dropped a Photoshop layer that does have transparency.
Okay.
Let's see if that will work when you go into Express.
Okay.
It's a coffee cup.
Yes.
It's like a campy coffee cup. You don't have to use it though.
I think I could. I could actually bring it into
Fresco if you
Fresco
wanted to.
too.
Yeah, if you wanted to dress it up, change it all.
I'm gonna make this like an off-white center, not pixel.
I probably should simplify it. I may hold on bringing it in.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I'll use the coffee cup. I promise. Okay. I like the coffee cup. Okay, let's go back to dissolve. Let's get a toastier brown, shall we? toastier, I think.
Yeah.
Way toastier.
And doesn't your Photoshop user, isn't that the toast like your mode, light dark mode?
Yeah.
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 Secret buttons. Secret
So
hidden.
however dark the toast is how dark the UI
Right.
is. Yeah. I didn't know about that. I think Paul Tranny's the one that showed that to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on a live stream. Show of hands in the chat. Show of emotes. Show of whatever you want. How many people know about like the secret, like the banana toolbar and all that kind of stuff? Because this is like maybe this is really niche Adobe lore that we are nesting into our alerts. I don't know, but the first time I ever heard of it was on a live stream, so maybe that's like really appropriate.
Mm-hmm. I don't know when I first heard about it. I think I actually saw it on some random tips and tricks video from ages ago. Like, I couldn't pinpoint where I saw it. Which I think that's really cool that you can, specifically to one person, be like, they showed me this.
Yeah, I think somebody was in the chat like, Paul, why is there a banana on your toolbar?
Yes.
And everybody was like, why
What?
is there a banana on the toolbar? And he's like, oh yeah, this is,
Oh, you don't know?
yeah,
Why there's a
oh,
banana? Let me show you.
yeah. Okay, I'm not sure what I could add to this to make it more toast. Is that toast, guys, or does it need like? I don't think it needs grill marks or anything like that. Does it need like? Is
Maybe
it
you
bread?
could do like a scribble of like a like just a real quick
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a brush that'll work.
just like a brown darker, even use the same brown maybe. Oh, maybe
Yeah.
even with the dissolve.
Yeah.
Oh,
With the dissolve,
yeah.
okay, just like a tighter brush, okay.
Like, this is terrible toast, but this is my toast. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little odd.
it could be lighter.
Yeah. We can actually make a clipping mask to it if we want. And
And it could be
like more saturated?
instead of maybe horizontal, like on the diagonal, it could be. Because
Okay.
I think the grills on them are vertical. I don't know how do toast.
How do toast?
But you do you, obviously. I think that's actually looking pretty good too.
I'm just trying to make it also not look like jelly.
Got it. Now that looks
That
like
looks
a heartbeat.
more like a heartbeat. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and
Yeah.
if we want to edit it later, we can come back to it. Select multiple. Let me group all this. Boom. Okay, we have jorts or have toast. We have jorts. We need banana.
Okay, I am dropping this back in here, I think. You know what? I'm gonna. We have got about 30 minutes left. Oh, well, about 25 minutes left. So
Oh, thank you.
just a heads up.
I completely forgot. that
What
we
is
were-
time? Yeah, I agree.
I think sometimes this has happened to me before, especially with drawing a blank and stuff. Me and Cody are hanging out, and I sometimes forget that we're like on a live stream, and I look over, and it's like because we've streamed for so long. Cody and I specifically have been streaming with each other for like a decade now. So like we'll be streaming, and then I'll look over at chat, and Jack is like, "Thanks so much for the show," and I'm like, "Oh no!" You can always see like the subtle mod trying to hint at the streamer, like, "Please, you're gonna get banhammered. Please don't." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I gotta go, guys. I can't be here anymore."
Penny said they like the heartbeat toast.
You like the heartbeat toast? Yeah, because toast is life, right?
Yeah.
That is a good banana shape, I think, right?
We'll add some carbs maybe then.
Yeah.
Some points, yeah.
Okay. Here's banana.
Yeah,
and
banana's
then-
working.
Okay, I'm liking this because this is going to be like my favorite thing where I get to, how do I say it? Like, it's in perspective. Like it's kind of sitting, and now I get to add the shading and the lines and things that really show that off. And I find it very satisfying. And we're going to do like a kind of orange.
Side note, Carol is asking if I have a jort raveled edge to brush.
Oh my god.
Not yet. Stay tuned.
If you have a what?
Like the edges of jorts, like the cut off, the frayed,
Oh,
the frayed
yeah.
part. I'm afraid not. Sorry.
Honestly, that is something that all of us have the power to create.
But should we?
Honestly, I think they can handle that level of power. I think they can handle it.
Responsibly?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay. Your words.
Maybe not whoever suggested the pet cam. Maybe not that person. I don't remember who that was, but I would say maybe not them. But everybody else, yeah.
Cody said, Jort's brush coming soon.
Can I do this? I don't want to do it with lines. I don't want to do it with lines until I'll do line stuff later.
See, but I really wanted to be in a clothesline. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
love that idea.
That's still doable. Now, I don't know about with the coin sitting out of it. That might be kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
no, that would be weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's starting to look like I'm starting to kind of do my thing. It's happening. Sort of. It's happening.
What's happening?
I'm talking to myself.
Okay.
And I apologize.
Sorry, chat. Val's going to take a moment for herself. Just-
my bad. Usually when I talk to myself, Cody's ramblings also sound like we're having a conversation. That's what you guys don't know about drawing a blank is Cody and I are never talking to each other. We're talking to ourselves, and it seems to flow harmoniously.
Yeah.
Cody
Val-
first heard about it from Jesus, the toast and banana,
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
What were you saying?
Penny's saying Val is consulting with experts
Mm-hmm.
herself. I
Voices.
agree. I agree.
I mean, yes, myself.
Yeah, Bruce is saying, stay in your zone. Stay in the zone.
Okay, there is shape. I like that. We're going to come here, and we're going to do...
I love that dissolve. Such a quick shading option.
Thank you. I'm
Like
gonna do
with,
this.
crunchy texture.
Crispy.
Yeah,
Crispy,
yeah.
crispy. We're going to grab this. That needs to be a little bit brighter.
Carol says, may the Jorts be with you, always.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I approve of that.
Oh, you're giving us a highlighted side too?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I'm spoiling you.
Yeah, I didn't do any of this. Let me, I'm cracking it back open. I'm gonna, look, I can use dissolve. I can dissolve stuff.
I believe you. I believe that you can. And now I can do like little lines and things if I want to do more lines. So I'm gonna grab the vector brush again. And I think like, cause you know how like there's like little,
Do I know?
no, maybe don't.
Tell
I'm
me.
just kidding. I think instead of doing lines, I'm gonna do spots. Like just random little spots.
So do you use a soft?
Mm-hmm.
Soft edge brush?
Yeah.
Okay. Telling you, pro tips, learning on the job, let's go.
Honestly, I can't remember who. Again, I think it was Paul, who he explained what dissolve was, because like for a long time the dissolve brush was like that thing in Photoshop where I'm like, this is kind of cheesy and weird, and I
Yeah,
don't
no
know
one
why
uses
you would
it.
ever use
Right.
it, and then he was like, well, let's kind of dive into what exactly they're doing, because there's a lot of those blending modes and filters and stuff that I still don't know what they do, you know, and I didn't understand them. And some of them, based on the title, is like kind of self-explanatory, but also some of them you don't really know unless somebody teaches you, like, you know, why is this blending mode the way that it is?
Why use it? Yeah.
So he did like kind of a deep dive into what blending modes are, what they mean, and I was like, now that I understand what the dissolve is doing to the brush, I realized I don't want to use a hard round, like a sharp round brush with it. If I did something that was softer, I could actually use the dissolve brush or the dissolve blending mode to create something like really meaningful. And so I started experimenting, and I was like, oh, when you understand what things do, it's way easier to kind of decide what they're, how they can be useful to you, you know?
Yeah.
All right, let's do a little bit of brown, a little darker brown. I'm gonna do the spots. This banana, I'm pretty pleased.
Yeah, it's perfectly ripe.
Thanks.
Like, it's not too
You
much.
could pop that in a smoothie.
It's not green.
Delicious. Yeah. Now I'm hungry.
We can't go to food talk.
No, I'm sorry. Wade has to be here forever. So.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm just teasing you.
It's fine. I think.
Okay, we have banana. We have toast. I feel like toast needs to be prettier now. You know what? I think jorts needs to be warmer. This is how I'm feeling about this. Do you use the adjustments layers in Fresco?
Yeah.
I use them all the time, actually, and I love them. I didn't used to, but I like to clip them.
Yeah, that's most of the way I use them too, is just clip it to the previous layer or the layer you're working on.
Yeah, I just want these to be a little more, because like the banana I feel like is real pretty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then the colors I chose for the jorts are really bland. So we're gonna do this. Let's go ahead and group that. Oops. Let me delete that layer. We don't need that. Delete.
I am using your work as a style guide.
Okay.
Trying to.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Honestly, that's looking really, really dope.
I mean, it's no ripe banana, but
Let's go ahead and do another color balance on this one. Let's clip it, and let's do like a. Oh yeah, that's more toasty.
I think I will leave it at that.
Oddly, adding a more red into that, I feel like made it, like if I hide this, I feel like that's better. Little toast.
Oh, making it a little warmer?
Yeah. And then let's select multiple. Let's group that. I just want to keep everything together. And then the last one we will do is going to be the Adobe logo. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just going to be a little triangle with without a top, I guess.
There, I made a contribution.
I love it.
Let's see if it works.
Okay. Let's go to my red. Let's make a new layer and paint.
Well,
bucket
it's happening.
vectors.
Food talk is happening. Now we've got banana bread that has to be made.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the next logical explanation, logical step. Okay, there's our
What did you call it?
Adobe.
Adobe.
Yeah, Adobe logo. And we're gonna clip to this as well. And this is gonna be much easier because it's, you know, not too terribly intricate. We're gonna do like an orangey. Oop, bigger than that. Boom.
Oh yeah.
Let's do something like bright. Let's grab some of that red. Also, one of the things I love about using the unless I'm like the dissolve brush, unless I'm like really zoomed out like I am right now on like the pixels and stuff. It makes it really easy, like when you're zoomed in here, to like select the different pixel colors that you're looking for. Let's do another layer where we kind of just, not like that. Let's clip. And I want it clipped.
Clip
There
it.
we go.
There it is.
Kind of,
Hey, that's what I did.
Yeah.
The Photoshop with the coffee cup.
just makes
I should have made it
everything-
darker. I'm gonna
kinda
make it
fun.
darker.
I might soften it, honestly, because I don't think anything else. Well, no, the banana is pretty dark in some places.
I'm just locking transparency at this point and just going to town.
Locking transparency is one of my favorite features because especially if I'm working with large shapes and stuff, I can pretty much just like create whatever little shapes I'm looking for and then just stick. It can be a very, very smooth transition to like, here's the shapes that I have, and then I'm just working in those little modules, and that's it. Let's do one lighter color.
Okay. Done again, I think.
Nice.
Maybe I'll keep playing with it. We'll see.
I think that's too much. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. I think that works. And then
Cody says everyone loves a warm pair of jorts.
a warm pair of jorts.
I'm assuming out of the dryer.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
I think Jack disliked that one immensely.
That was like what was the Jort Cola juice? That was my reaction.
Yeah, Jort's Cola.
Yeah.
Isn't it just laundry detergent?
Yeah, it is laundry detergent,
Oh.
fabric softener.
Yeah, don't drink that, kids.
Yeah, don't
Don't
do
do
that.
that.
Okay, there is this kind of full-sized. Basically what I'm doing is trying to, I feel like the banana is so good, I almost want the banana to be, like, maybe I can turn it and that can be what the name appears on. I know that sounds weird, but just hear me out.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
I'm just going to resize these up, and then I'm going to save them as images and put them in the library, and then I'm going to access the library in Express, and we're going to do some animation.
We've got about 17 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, turn this off. And so this is kind of my process for grabbing stuff
No, about 15 minutes,
from
sorry.
there. So I can, I'm just hiding everything that is visible currently, making sure I only have just the things that I want to keep. And it's not like in Photoshop where you can just like import the Photoshop file and then everything is separate. Sometimes when you import from Fresco, everything is on the same layer. So for now, I'm just gonna say, we're gonna publish and export as, and I don't really care if they're all the same thing. So I'm just gonna say export, save image, done. And then I'm just going to systematically hide and unhide them and continue to save and export. So our Nana, export as, export.
Oh my
save
gosh,
image.
Clever is saying let's take a Jort's comedy tour. It'll be called Jort Circuit, or it's a Jort Circuit. I know I ruined it, but it probably needed to be ruined.
I love that everybody is really excited about the jorts. It does give me life. It brings me a lot of joy, but I also don't know how much longer we are going to be expected to continue doing jorts things.
Yeah.
So I might just have to buy a pair. I don't know.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm gonna come to my library. I think I need to reload because your coffee cup, I think, is in there. Yep, there we go. There's a coffee cup. Let's add upload photos. I'm gonna put all of these. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Oh,
I see nothing.
All right. That's what I thought. It was like a really weird reaction
No.
to my camera roll. Strange. Okay, so here is all of our little assets, and now we are going to jump into... You saw this, didn't
Oh
you?
no!
Did you?
Yes, I saw it.
Okay, we're gonna do another another design. I'm gonna go to Instagram Square Post because I can resize to something else later. I think that this is big enough for now, just to do this little thing. So first things first, we are going to, let's grab a random shape. Honestly, I kind of like this. Like, like that pops up and there's like a follow.
Okay.
I'm not sure. It's also kind of fits our motif with
Was
like the edges.
Was that already in there?
That was like a random asset. Honestly, that was unplanned. I just saw it and I was like, that's cool.
You mean we were supposed to plan for today?
Oh yeah. Okay. Never mind. I also don't know what color. Okay, so it is solid. I was wondering if it was like a solid color.
Oh yeah, so that's a white solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to duotone. And let's do. Wait a second. There's more stuff in here.
They're always adding things. I'm sure they've added something.
Let's do like a. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it kind of lime-ish. Well, I actually don't like this color. I'm gonna change it to something. Maybe something purple. Wow.
There you go. Also Twitch themed.
Just to have some kind of color here. There we go. Okay, now we're going to bring in our stuff. First, we're going to have this come up from the... Well, we're going to have this pop in, actually. We're going to have it pop in. Because if you're thinking like the animation itself, somebody follows the channel and then it's like, boom, and you could put it in the corner of the screen or however. Some people put it right over the center of the workspace. It really depends on the vibe of the show, I guess. But we can have this pop in. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over to animation and I'm just going to do pop. I should be able to animate in. Oh, lower. We're going to have that pop in, and it should be, yeah, perfect. Okay, so here is where there's no more movement, so now I'm going to add my other elements here. So I want to have them come in behind. Also, actually, just real quick, because it's easy to do, we're going to add our new follower text.
Yes, Bruce is asking, you can make your own follower assets. Yes, you can in Twitch.
Can I please?
You can pretty much customize every little, like...
Everything, yeah.
Every little image, banner.
My keyboard's...
Like if you had a brand that you wanted to have a Twitch channel, you could brand it completely.
Yeah. Why? Okay. There we go. I'm going to take my little ninja glove off while I'm working. Because that's only for like my illustrations. Do you use one of these?
I do not. I have not. I've tried them. I just never got in the habit.
I thought it wasn't necessary for me personally for a while, and then I got this one that has like a memory foam pad on the side
now
of it.
that I would try. I've never tried one with
It's
the
comfortable.
padding.
It's very comfortable, and I got like 2 of them on Amazon for like $9, and I was like, you know what? For $9, you could convince me to to test it out. Okay, so here is our new follow, and we're gonna make this prettier. I'm gonna use Cubano. You use Cubano a lot.
I did.
I love using Cubano.
I do.
It's one of my favorite
Same.
things.
Same.
Let's do sample the background color. I don't know if we're gonna keep that as the. Ooh, no, not the. We want custom stroke. We'll do it like this. We're gonna make this white.
White.
And we're gonna do. That's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's working.
So there's like a little.
5 minutes.
Oh.
6 minutes.
Really?
6
Okay.
minutes. You're good. I mean, it's
gonna-
Express. You can do it quickly.
Let's do. Thank you for the vote of confidence. I appreciate that.
I mean, you got this.
Your stuff. Libraries. Twitch Mod Squad. Assets. There's my face. Let's do. Put that there. Hello. There we go. We are going to slowly
Toast it
start
up.
Toast it up. Jorts it up.
Yep.
Okay.
Just add banana.
Yeah.
Adobe.
Adobe. Come on, quicker. Faster.
You got it. You got it.
Banana. Where's my cup?
It's at the bottom. I don't know if it'll work.
My very best friend sent me. Where did I put that?
Wait, what happened?
Yeah.
Oh,
There it is.
let's see. How? It is gonna work.
Honestly, it works. It works.
Okay, it probably could be a little
does.
darker, but that's fine.
Okay. We're going to do Adobe down here. We're going to turn these here. And what I want to happen is for them to kind of like shoot out like confettis.
Okay.
We're going to put that banana up top with the jorts.
Of course.
Because I think that would look really cool. How much time do we have? Like a minute?
No, we got 4 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I said, plenty of time.
Okay. We're going to rotate this. I'm going to make that small. We're also going to duplicate it. And I'm working with all this stuff above the layer, like the thing. Ooh. Not that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. That's not what I want. We're going to put this over here. We're going to do our little jorts. I'm working with it all above the icon and stuff right now because honestly, it's going to be better to do it that way and then just bring it above.
Yeah,
when
you
we
can
want
see
to.
everything. Yeah.
So there's banana. I really like this banana.
It's a really good banana.
It's
It's
like
solid,
I'm really
yeah.
stoked about it. Let's duplicate that. Smaller. Okay, we'll do one more pair of jorts. Actually, we'll do one more Adobe. That's what we'll do. Duplicate. Rotate. Boom. Pow. Okay. And then
2 minutes.
animate all. That's what we're going to do. We're going to see how it works. Select multiple, and I'm going to come through here, and I'm going to click
Get all,
everything. And then I should be able to do animation, animate all. Can I do glide? No, we'll do popping. For right now, we'll do popping. Fine. Eventually, I would like to make them kind of spread out from behind that, but that's okay if it doesn't do it right now because we're low on time. I can kind of maneuver it to, let's group them. I can kind of maneuver it. Where did everything go? Oh, let's go to edit timeline. They're all back here. Just so, you know, it'll be there. We'll bring this underneath. And this group of everything, I think it would be cool if we did like a wobble and stuff on things, or like a
Oh yeah, so they continue.
yeah, or like a in the looping animation you get some other stuff, so you can do like bob.
Little wiggle.
Yeah. A little wiggle.
About a minute and a half.
All right. And let's make it slightly bigger. And then they kind of all need to animate out too, but we'll do pop out, which that kind of animates all of them to pop out, but we can also group those and do a pop out. But let's go ahead and kind of peek and see what happens. That's not bad, actually.
That is really good. Yeah.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah.
So
that
you can
works.
see it needs to be finessed a little bit. You know,
Sure,
it needs a little
yeah.
oomph to it, but
That totally works.
Yeah.
Custom alert.
Yeah.
Right at your fingertips, right
Yeah.
there. Nice.
And then your guys' names would show up on there, and it would be cool. But yeah, I think that's. I mean, we did we did this. We did all of our little illustrations in Fresco and stuff, kind of imported them into our CC libraries, brought them into Express. We did some screaming emotes at the beginning too. We did our little oh no. I guess we could end on oh no.
Of course we can.
Because that is my favorite, but that's all I got for you folks.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks, Val.
No.
Appreciate it. Oh no, we did a thing. That was awesome. Well, stick around. Jack will be hosting me next. I'll be sitting over there, and we'll be talking about Roller Troll. And then after that, we have it went away, but there's more stuff. Even after that, 5 ways to revolutionize history class will be coming on after that. But stick around next for some Roller Troll goodness as we make more Twitch emotes, alerts, all sorts of things. Jorts, possibly.
Claps.
Yes.
Adios, folks.
All right. Bye, everyone.
I'm going to show an illustration process that I use often, but how I've kind of integrated a lot of the new generative features. I've got like this fantasy brooch. I'm going to focus on this ring I've got going here. So I'm going to use just locking transparency to illustrate the outer ring. And what I like to do is grab like a nice chunky brush and sampling some colors, and then just like kind of do like an inside outside, almost like a gradient. I usually look for like charcoal brushes when I do a thing like this, because I really like the texture that charcoal has to offer. Yeah. Doing the same exact technique on the inside ring, then this starts to look like metal. One of the things that I really like to do now with the generative features within Photoshop is to create my own custom textures. So what I like to do is I'll come in and I'll make a new layer. I have my contextual taskbar up. You can just select it by going Window, Contextual Taskbar. I am going to Control A just to select my canvas, and then I'm going to do generative fills. Marbled, charcoal, texture, and shades of earthy purple. I'm gonna go ahead and generate. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. Say I really like this one, maybe that one works for me. What I'll do is I will duplicate with Control J, and then I will rasterize, and then I will actually delete my mask because I don't leave that layer mask. So now I just have like this image. If I come back here, I still have all the versions of this that I found. I do still like to keep that original generative layer. I can always return to this one that has all the ones that I've kind of made. I can start editing, and I can do another prompt if I decide I need something else. So now I can come in with clipping masks and start to experiment with like applying these. Let's come over here and let's do like on our outer ring here. And I'm just gonna make this a clipping mask. But the clipping masks allows me to start layering stuff. It's like a way of working non-destructively. So doing like a screen could be interesting. And then I would come in and make a new layer and make that layer a clipping mask. Maybe here, I don't really like how the texture is applied, but I'll start my painting process again here. Come in and start adding a little bit more to my piece with the block transparency. Just kind of do a similar thing that we were doing before, very subtly. Just kind of give this a little bit of 3D form. I like to use like a darker gray for shadows and a slightly brighter gray for any highlights that need to come into play. Sometimes I'll just grab like a white and I'm just not pressing very hard with my brush. I'm gonna merge these because I'm gonna paint this together and I'm gonna call this gems. I'm not gonna color this in red and then add some highlights and make it a ruby. There's gonna be this dark amorphous like
then you'll add that colored light in.
Using the lighter values around the edge and kind of like curving a lot of those highlight points symbolize to the viewer that this is a rounded object that is transparent. Come in and add some colors to it. I think we are gonna go with some good emerald. When I do this, I always start on like an empty layer because I want to create an asset for myself. I like to do just Control A and select my canvas, so we can do generative fill here to do something like textured shards of emerald, crystal, and glass. And I'm just selecting with my lasso tool and then duplicating chunks of this out that I really want to use. Let's grab this. I'm gonna pop this over here and we're gonna clip that. And then we're gonna do some blend mode magic and kind of experiment with that. That is pretty cool. And I want to throw some of this yellow in, maybe come over here because I like that like crazy color. But now I'm just painting in color over top because I've got this cool texture. This is how I would actually start a background. I am gonna come and find our generative layer because I would maybe overlay a fog texture over the top of our background. I think think that adding words like texture really help to create what I'm looking for, which is an asset rather than an image. Just go ahead and duplicate the brooch and merge all of your stuff so now your piece is flattened onto the background. Something that can really help you is the remove background tool. Sometimes if I'm working and I think I really should have done this on the same layer, there's no way I can undo. Doing a remove background real quick can be really easy. I like to do generative expand when it comes to my backgrounds. So maybe I want this to be much longer so I can showcase a lot of this, but what I wanted to do is just be like, kind of extend and be like, yeah, let's add more of this texture, kind of bring, yeah, there we go. I'm actually going to convert that to a smart object, color balance, just because I want to kind of apply, honestly, doing something that's green, like our gemstone
Pop.
is gonna be dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you, Val, for showing us a little bit of how you work. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Hello, we're back. I'm back with Wade again. Starting and ending the day with Wade.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack, what are we doing?
We're gonna do some assets for Roller Troll. Sorry.
That's right. No, you're
So,
fine because
Wade, if you missed the earlier stream, Wade was working on some assets for the Adobe Live Twitch channel. This is all day we're focused on Twitch stuff. And so Wade is an amazing illustrator, animator, a little bit of everything. And Wade has a show on the Adobe Live Twitch channel called Roller Troll.
That's right.
You can see the logo on my hat. And we're going to be working on some assets for that.
yeah,
today.
let me go get my hat on. I'll be right back.
Bye, Wade.
Bye. It's somewhere in here. I promise.
There's one. Oh no,
I got it.
never mind. We're working on it.
Okay.
It's now just the Jack show, and I'm gonna telepathically
There we go.
communicate.
All right. There we are.
There
we
we
have
go.
our little Roller Troll branded hats. If you don't know what Roll or Troll is, well, like Jack was saying, it's a show on Twitch, and it kind of is a not really role-playing game, but it does involve
Kind of
dice.
is, yeah.
And we have a dice. I think we've got a dice cam here with some dice that these are Jack's dice.
These are mine.
Yeah.
Wade made these.
These were forged by the fine folks at Roll or Troll. And I did bring a few sets
TM.
for people here. Yeah, exactly. Trademark. But on the last Twitch Roll or Troll, which was Monday, thank you,
Yeah.
Jack, for modding. I can say
course.
that in person. There was a poll at the end for what emote we should make. And what was the result, I believe?
It was a combination of the dice roll and the eyeball.
Oh.
So it was a kind of I don't know. Some people in the chat were saying the eyeball, and then I think the dice roll technically won.
Yeah.
So I think maybe a
Yeah.
little bit of both.
And so this is the screen we go to in Roller Troll.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to back it up a little bit here so you can see it. And I think we're going to kind of break out some of this stuff to use. So this is just one of the rolls, and this is the eye that pops up at the end.
I wish we had the amazing sound
No,
effect.
you don't want the sounds with that, I promise. Oh, look, and there's the...
Everybody always comments about how
I
they
know.
love the eyeball.
Yeah. And this is the logo that's on the hat, in
Yes.
case you couldn't tell. But let's back this up just so you can see it. So we're going to make our first little emote with this eye because that's what won the poll. And I think that's where we're going to start today. Let's see. Nope, not in After Effects.
I was
Not
gonna
yet.
say,
Not yet.
We're getting
Look, this stream
fancy in here.
This stream we've got a lot of things going. There will be some After Effects later. But I wanted to keep the promises for the poll, winning the poll of the what did I call this? What did I call
The
it?
eyeball. The
eye, but it was
roll,
like-
dice roll.
Yeah, the eye and die. I don't know because it's a die.
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
that's
it?
good.
So it's eye. Anyway, so I did start this. I don't know if I kept it. Who knows what you're going to see because there are,
There's
from
lots
previous
tabs open.
streams,
There's
there are
some-
jorts.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's about all as we'll do with that. I think I made, yeah, here we go. So I have a breakout. Nope, that was
not
last.
that.
I was so close. Okay. So I think I'm going to, we could just use back it up. Nope.
That's amazing, by the
Yes.
way.
There we go. Nope. Wrong one.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, I wanted the one with the eye and there it is. Okay. So technically I just grab this and we could just use it as an emote. It's fine.
It's true. Yeah.
That would be the emote I would use for that. And I'm not going to walk through that process. Just wanted to let everybody know that you took the poll. The eye and die won. So we will be having a little eye emote. But I thought we could try and do a little animation with it. So
Okay.
to do that, I actually
With
am,
this image or?
well, I'm going to make a new file
Okay.
that we're going to do a little video animation. But I am going to do it at size, just so it's a little quicker. Now, I'm not going to ask anybody to sit here and watch me frame to frame animate something. I would not wish that on anybody. And it would probably take all stream to get maybe a few frames in.
Yeah.
So we're going to do something a little bit different, a little bit quicker than that.
Is that how you did the animations?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah?
no, I did like a rough,
Okay.
and that's what I'm going to do today is like the little rough.
Okay.
And then I just in After Effects I warped a few things and made some shapes out of the eyeball. But I thought we would take that same idea of making a rolling die, and we're going to go to our animation timeline. And I'm going to make this as a video timeline. And we don't need 10 or 5 seconds or whatever. It's just going to be really quick. So I'm going to bring the playhead, the work area down a little bit smaller. And before I start adding frames, I guess I could go ahead and give you a little explanation on what I'm doing here. If you've ever done the bouncing ball exercise as an animator, that's essentially what we're doing.
Squash and stretch.
Yes, exactly. And I'm just going to do, and again, I'm not going to spend all time on this, but I'm going to make a little bit of a path that I want this to follow. And the idea is that it will be starting far away and then getting closer and then arrive right at the beginning, at the full frame.
Yeah, I see that.
And then you would have your total animation. So what I like to do is mark the little notches on here where I think I should have what is essentially going to be our die, but in this case a ball, basically. And I'm just going to mark little time notches on this, so it will start to squash in here and then bounce back, elongate, start to get back to a natural state there, elongate, start to go to a squash here. I know this probably doesn't make any sense, but you'll see in a moment that it should make sense, and if it doesn't, then I have failed you. And we work with it.
Are the
So that's like a little guide.
Are the ticks also meant to show like the speed?
They can,
Okay.
yeah. There for me, it's just right now just a placement
Gotcha.
situation. And I'm not going to spend all stream on this, so but I'm going to start with a new frame, and actually I'm going to take the opacity down quite a bit just so you can see it. And I will, for the sake of this, use let's see, I'll use a hard round. Okay, and that way we can see it a little bit better. All right, so I'm going to start with an elongated, sort of elongated ball, and then add a new frame, and it's going to give us a new layer. Now I could sit here and move this down here and then stretch that to make it one frame, or I could make a copy of this frame, move this out, and then I will delete what's on it. Oops, not the whole thing. Control, option, command or control A, select all, and then delete. Let's make sure that's empty. And I'm gonna call this blank. Just as the little way of working a little bit quicker. So whenever I want a new frame, I will just copy this below it, and it will start a new frame. I did rearrange them. It doesn't really matter, because now I can just do that and make a new frame.
So you're basically making like the keyframes
Yeah,
that you need.
and exactly. And so you already know we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish frames. So I can go ahead and just make a bunch of blanks, which is what I'm going to do right now. I'm
And,
trying to keep an eye on the time so we can move on to other things, but I think this will be pretty fun.
And the idea behind the whole squash and stretch is that it helps it feel more natural by making it unnatural.
Right.
Like you wouldn't see a ball isn't actually going to stretch like that, but it feels
especially
like
a die.
it
Yeah.
has weight when you add that in to your animation.
Yeah, I'm going to turn onion skinning on so that I can see. Did I just make a bunch of copies with that on?
Oh no, wrong layer.
Yep, wrong layer. Wrong layer. Emote, spam it,
You named it blank and
I
then
know.
copied.
and then copied. It's okay.
The thought was there.
The idea was there.
Yeah.
Let's try it again. Okay. New layer.
This is gonna. I'm curious to see. I feel like it's gonna be really tricky with the dice sides.
We're not going to get that detail.
Oh, okay.
So
I
the
was
way
like,
this
"Ooh."
works is, yeah, don't worry about that. I have planned for that. You will only see the dice sides, and in this example, we're probably not even going to get to that part of it.
Okay.
But it would only be in the frames where it's full frame. So I am going. These are blank, confirmed. I'm going to make a few more. As many as I can without pop-ups coming up. There we go. And so onion skinning is on, which you can turn on over here just to make sure that that's visible. I'm gonna make sure I'm on the next frame up, just verifying. And then we should be able to like make a little squashed version. And I'm gonna make sure it looks like it's kind of hitting the ground. Move on to the next, and then I gotta move on to the next layer. If you select the layer, it doesn't matter. It depends on where your playhead is. So you got to make sure you're on the layer and the playhead is at the right position. This starts to go back up. Next layer, elongated. And probably could get away with not having one there, because a lot of times animation is about the feel of it, like the taste. Is it starting to feel or look right, as opposed to what it's not always like a sequential. You have to do this. It depends on how you want to animate it. And I am going to start making these a little bit larger as they're coming closer to in space. Make sure I'm on the right layers. Because by the time we get to the foreground, I want it to be...
You want to fill the frame.
Fill the frame, right. And we'll probably cheat the last few, you know.
Penny has a question. Can you change the layer color like in After Effects?
On
I'm not sure.
The layer, like here or here.
Oh yeah, I think maybe on the video timeline.
I'm betting you can.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know either. Good question.
Good question, Penny.
I want to say yes.
I'm sure you can. I just don't know where. I can open up Photoshop too and try and figure that out.
Trying to see if I can find it and anywhere in. It is possible, I think. Okay, I'm gonna continue.
Yeah,
Jack will.
I'm
look that
looking,
up.
but I
Okay.
can't. I'm not sure. I'm looking. Just
All right,
see if I can
so
find anything.
then we'll go to a squash on this one. If you find something, let me know.
No, but
next.
I want to tell the chat. I can see that we've got one of our emotes in the chat.
Oh, what do we got? What do we have?
I made a make it pop.
Oh,
over
and
on
it-
the break.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we've got one in there now.
Dope.
Yeah, you might have to refresh if you're on Twitch. You might need to refresh in order to use it.
All right, so I do want this to come up a little bit. I'm gonna have this come a little bit more full frame. Oops.
I made it as a little speech bubble, so it looks like the chat is the art director.
Oh, I want to see it when you pull it up.
Let's see if I.
And so I'm just gonna kind of cheat these
there it
last
is.
few frames, like I was saying.
Sorry, I've gotten completely sidetracked by what's happening on Twitch. So I've lost the plot. Oh, here, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, show me that. We got it. The important part is what's happening on Twitch. Well, this is all secondary.
See, I mean, we'll make it pop.
Oh, nice,
I know,
and
they're
it's-
all up in there.
Oh, very cool. We're trying, guys. We're trying to make it pop. Okay. And again, this is just a rough animation. This is not anything we're super cool. Like, I just wanted to show that it's possible to do. And this is probably what I'll use to make the die, the eye and die. If we do a little play of it, you can see. Here, let me adjust my playhead. We'll have it hold on the last frame and get rid of our little guide and turn off the onion skinning, and we should be able to take a look at it. So that's what it would look like in the animation. Yep.
Oh my god, it looks so good already.
Yeah, so I'd have to spend time. This is the reason why I wouldn't try to do this all in one stream. I would have to spend time figuring this all out, and then just for fun, we could put 20. It's got to be a 20 over here. This would be the die.
Yeah.
So you get something look like that.
Oh, so you're saying you'd make it go quick, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd probably hint at some angles
Yeah.
if you remember like the roller troll.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
That
go back,
video.
you'll see some. Let's see how far I can go back here. You'll see like there's some shading that's kind of indicating, like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you play it back full speed,
But you don't really.
Yeah.
Your
your eye kind of fills it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the slow motion parts, it does this sort of thing. So you get that little roll. Anyway,
well, you'd see it when it was slower anyways.
Yeah.
I can't find the.
anything about that?
No,
That's
I
fine.
know that Pixie uses a plugin, like a Photoshop
yes,
plugin.
she does. She
And
definitely
you
does.
can have different colors with
Yeah.
that. So you might need to. I don't remember what the name of that is.
Okay. So I'm going to say we have successfully completed. This is the idea for the eye and die poll winning that we did. We're going to make this an emote, but we have to move on because we can also have custom rewards. that we could possibly use on the channel just for roller troll. In chat, if you have any ideas, I'm going to start with a few, just because I already have a few ready.
Oh, wait, I figured it out.
Oh, you figured it out.
Yeah, so Robert said you changed the layer color. So, like, right-click on the layer, and the very bottom it says color.
Oh, here we go.
Down
Yeah,
the bottom, and you can change the color.
Yeah,
that
okay.
way.
I thought, okay, cool. So it is just like, it's not changing like in After Effects the whole stream.
No, you have to like change
you have to
the whole
individually
thing.
change the layer. Yeah, I was thinking along those lines.
So there we go.
Pretty cool. I was just checking and see if you could change. Ooh, hold up. You
There you go, the
can
whole
do
row.
it. You
Yeah,
just have to
select
do
them
the
all,
video
yeah.
group. Yeah,
Okay,
you have to
there
do
you
the video group. I knew we'd
more
get
you know.
there. I knew we'd get there.
Thanks,
Okay.
Robert.
Yeah, and thanks for those questions, for sure. So where were we? Okay, ideas. So I have a couple of ideas, and we are going to jump into, keep an eye on time. We've been saying this a couple of times, and stop me if we shouldn't do this, but I think we could make a blame chat emote, animated emote. Let's.
Do you have an idea for it? What are you
It's
gonna
just the words blame
Oh, okay.
chat. But it's going to be dancing, but it's going to be in
Oh, there you
in
go.
After Effects.
Yeah.
And I am going to work at. Probably
My-
saw my little preview there.
My only thought on this one was to do like a bunch of hands pointing fingers.
Oh, that
at
could be
the
something
word
we.
chat.
That could be something we.
I don't
add.
have any other good, or like a bunch of hands pointing towards the username. You know what I mean? Fingers pointing.
Oh yeah, so you could point back
Yeah.
to whoever typed it.
To whoever's to blame.
Well, I thought about this. We're pointing up and down because it's all
yeah.
chat.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know how well that would read. I worry about like, would that make any sense out of
Yeah,
context? Which
yeah.
is sometimes why you have to have text, because it's hard to like
Right.
understand.
I don't really need. Let's see. I don't need a background. Anyway, gonna add some type here. Oh, hello. I'm gonna go caps on this. Blame.
Oh yeah, all caps for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's already set up. I know that I have a stroke on this because I want to stack these. Let's zoom in here a little bit so we can see what we're doing. I don't think I'm going to need all of that space. Let's see, just get out a little bit. Okay. And then we'll have to arrange these in a moment, but I'll just make a copy of this. Type out chat. Enter. And hopefully you guys can use this if this is something you want to do for your own channel. You can make really quick things in After Effects. Just by, let's see, ooh, let's move this down. That looks kind of cool. Is that reading?
Oh, I like that.
I might stretch these too. Don't hate me. Don't hate me,
Oh
folks.
no. I think I always say, here's what I always say, because everyone's like, what are the rules about
Yeah.
graphic design and all
I
that?
want to
And
hear this.
I feel like whatever you do, as long as it's intentional. It's when it's not intentional.
Right,
Like when you
when it's like-
when something gets stretched and you didn't have that
Mm-hmm.
as the intention, that as long as you can,
You can justify it.
yeah, or you're like, well, I intended to do that for a reason,
Or-
you know.
Yeah. That threw me back to like that. If you've ever been to any kind of art class, no, I meant to do that. That was on purpose. That's yeah. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm gonna align these. I don't know why I did that, but that's okay. I can adjust it. And I think that's looking. I might actually give us a little room. Just on the edges.
Really like the overlapping text in this.
I do too. Should we do
Yeah.
it with blame as well? I think we can try it. Let's try it.
We'll see. I worry that it's
It's
so
gonna be too
small.
much. Yeah. That is the. That's actually. not
Paco's
bad.
got putting all the emotes in the
Oh
chat.
no, that's
in-
why
on
I couldn't
Twitch.
send. I wanted to send him the Jorts one. I'm so sorry, Paco.
I love it. The
Yeah.
sip and
Zip and save?
Sip and save. Not the static version of it. It's up in the chat now.
Cool. All right, I think we can make this work. Just trying to make that A show up a little bit more. Doesn't matter anyway, because now we get to do some fun stuff. You could, what I'm going to do is just animate the wiggle on this. And if you grab, let's see, Alt, Command, Shift, Command and Control, Shift, equal, no, it's Alt, it's Option. There we go. Okay, so Option, Shift, equal will take you to your expressions. And then I'm just going to type out wiggle. And the way this works, and if you've seen the video challenges lately, I've explained this a couple of times. You have a frequency and then an amount for your integers. So the first one, let's say like 5 times a second. I guess we're going to need it way more. 20 times a second, and maybe 4 frames, 5 frames. Let's see what that looks like. Let's get a little play. So we already have something kind of wild.
It fits the
the vibe. Yeah. For let's try it. I'm gonna do a little bit less wiggle. It may be too much. What do we think? Is it too much wiggle? Too much like movement?
Zoom out a little bit
good,
so you can
good
see
call,
it like
good call.
smaller.
Okay, that's a little bit better. It's a little bit. Let's see. I think it's readable.
Yeah.
I might put that T in front
Of the
of the exclamation. Yeah.
Just so you have a little bit more of the.
Yeah. How would I do that? Because that's all one thing. I could just type it. I'll make a new layer. Control D. There you go. Okay, and then maybe just. Oh, so I need this one, and then now I'm doing the talk to yourself situation.
It's an not. It's.
Yeah, it's an ongoing
Inevitable.
thing. Yeah. Let me make sure I got the right one here. So chat. Do we even need the exclamation point? Do we? What do we think? Probably. Yeah, let's keep it. Let's turn it back on.
It looks very serious without the.
I know, it's like,
exclamation point.
is he mad? He'll be mad at me. Yeah, let's try this. I don't know. I don't know if I like that better or worse. Kind of, maybe I shouldn't go so far.
I don't know. I kind of.
You liked it before?
No, I don't know. I think. I can't decide.
Okay, it's fine.
No, I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
No,
Yeah,
that's a no.
that's a no for me. All right.
Oh. Yeah.
That work?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I'll
like
bump
that.
it down just a little bit. Line it up with that T.
That works.
Okay. Now, it's all on its own thing, but it doesn't have to be. I can just go back to
You're gonna
the.
add the expression to.
It's what I'm going to do is turn the expression off on the exclamation point,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and then I could just go to P.
Extra sass. Yeah, it's very sassy.
Yes. I'm going to just hide that, but I'm going to pick whip that to chat, and it should move along with it perfectly. Yeah, there we go. But I am going to bump it up just a little bit. Okay, and yeah, now I'm just going to copy and paste that wiggle over to our blame. And you know, this is all in good fun, but sometimes chat, ooh, especially roll a troll. No, I'm just kidding. It's always good fun. P to the
I've said it before, but
position.
you do it to yourself, Wade.
You do say that quite
Yeah.
often. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, it's fine. But now that I put this expression on, it should be different timing for both.
Yeah.
So now we have just this raging blame chat.
It does feel very seething.
Yeah, yes, yeah. And there is
Spicy.
yeah, if I turn transparency on, you can see that it is transparent. So we already have met that issue if we needed it. But I am also
Omicron says I can hear it.
that's exactly what you should be able to hear it. Now I want you. Let's see, where's blame? I'm gonna drag blame up top. Let me give us. Let me zoom in a little bit here.
I say.
Talk to me. What's the feedback?
I say you do it to yourself. You pick the choices.
This is true. On Roller Troll, I make all the choices for our options, and that's actually
And
one of the.
sometimes they
Yeah.
come true.
Yeah. Now, so we were talking about rewards earlier as well, and one of the rewards I thought we could do for Roller Troll is what did I call it? Unrolled Trolls, where if it's a redeemable with your Jort coin. It's redeemable, and it will give anybody that redeemed it, and it's only one usage per stream. Before the end of the stream, I would reveal the things that we didn't pick to see where you could have gone.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's
there have
cool.
been some that have been left on the table that I have been sweating it. I'm like, don't pick it, don't roll it, do not do it.
I like that.
But let's go ahead and make this blame chat a little bit more interesting by grabbing. I'm gonna change the color. Let's see, something. I think it should both be in the red family.
Yeah, just slightly
Something
different.
like that. A little more orangey.
Now you've made it look like a flame. Like
Right,
it's on
right.
fire.
And then I think we
very
can
spicy.
add an adjustment layer to this for a little bit more fun. Where are you? Okay, there we go. And then in our presets,
More zest. Could you intertwine the blame? Elijah on Twitch is asking. Like with chat or just by itself? Like similar.
oh, you mean
to,
like crossing over?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like. Do you mean
I could.
Elijah? Do you mean having the letters overlap, or do you mean having? Yeah.
Let me drag this.
Sometimes it's hard to explain. That is a lot.
Okay, now hold on. Just hang with me. Just hang with me. I'm gonna modify this a little bit.
Itara likes this though.
Okay,
She's here
good.
for it.
All right, let's see. What do I want to do? The output cycle.
It looks like a heat map.
Yeah, it kind of does. But I'm going to animate. I'm going to add a seed. I'm
yeah, I
gonna,
see where you're
do
going
the
with
phase
this.
shift with this, and I'm just going to use a simple time.
Nice.
If I click on the stopwatch with the Option or Alt, it'll just take me straight to adding an expression. And I'm going to write time times 1,000. I don't know. Let's find out.
Idara is encouraging you to be more chaotic.
Okay, good.
So
Good. Let's see what this what this does.
God.
I mean, it's out there. We can tone that down a little bit, and you chat. Tell me if we should tone it down. I can blend with the original, so that we get a little bit more oranges. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. What do you think?
I'm watching it on my screen.
Is it too much?
It's
It's
no. I think
Okay,
I kind of
okay.
like it. I think I prefer it
you did
blended.
No, you do
But
like
I'll
it. Yeah,
let
like it.
I'll leave that ultimately up to the chat. What they
Maybe
what
we
they
could have
think.
two. One that it's like, this is too much, and that's this one.
It's so
This reminds
aggressive.
me. Oh yeah, please. If I hope no one's.
The first one is like reminding me of like arcade.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
screens.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It was like it's a carnival circus version of it or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an option.
Levels of blame.
Yeah.
Blended is better.
Yeah, blended. I think blended is better.
Okay.
High fives to whoever said that.
Idara.
Adara. There you go.
But Umacorn doesn't mind the arcade version.
Do we?
I guess what we're
Oh,
calling
okay.
that.
Gotcha.
The colorful, very colorful one.
Okay, so we've got what, maybe 30-ish minutes?
Yeah.
A little less, 20 something. Did we have any suggestions for things that to do? Really? Oh, yeah.
I don't think we have any more. We
Okay.
didn't get any more suggestions.
I have a couple that we can get to, but
Were you looking for suggestions for more emotes or for rewards? Or both?
anything really.
Okay.
I've got several. We'll just start working on a few. So here's one I thought. Again, this is roller troll specific. That's why we're both wearing the hats.
Oh, I wore it all day.
Well, true,
Yeah.
true. You did wear it, showing support all day, and I totally appreciate it. But I thought we could have a reward called Thick and Misty, where if you don't know the show, let me see if I can find a portion of the show. I use a little haze machine. Let's see, it should have been right there.
Oh, there it
there we
is.
go. So there's a little bit of haze happening when I roll, and I could just douse it. If you redeem the Thick and Misty, it could just be vapors everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's an option.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, wrong one.
Are we going to
that doesn't
show the dice cam? The dice? Are we going to wait?
For what? Oh, I don't have any haze here. Where-
No, I meant the dice in general.
Oh, I thought we did.
Oh, we did?
I think we cut to it earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. We can show. Can we get a dice cam special, please? Hello?
We can always come back.
Okay, maybe we'll come back.
Smoke cloud escape.
Yeah.
Hit and missed from Clever.
Oh, hit and missed. Yeah, I had nat 20, nat 1, like natural 1, natural 20.
It looks like everybody is in favor of that.
Of which one?
Thick and
Thick
misty.
and misty. Okay. What I thought we could do with that is I will just bring in, let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's see. I think I'm going to grab that. Yeah. Oh, I think we're going to get a dice cam special.
Yeah.
Ooh. Here, let's roll for fun. What are we rolling for? I think I moved this around. Let's see. It was not. What do we get? You
That
can't
one.
tell.
Yeah.
It's a 13.
All right.
I don't know what we're doing with that dice, but that roll. But what I was going to do with Thick and Misty was take our, if I can, there we go. Take this possibly. Can I just drop this into our library?
You should be able to.
Well, let's pull up the library first.
Click on the little plus and see what options you have.
Take a tour.
No, don't do that. Does it give you the option to place?
Extract from image. I think I'm just going to drag it. Actually, I'm going to double click it and get rid of. Wait.
Yeah,
what?
graphic.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Right there.
Are
Are you trying to just add that or you want the whole image?
I think I wanted the whole image.
What if you
I'm just going to drag it, see what happens. Here, get that out of here.
yeah, it looks like it worked. We'll see. We'll soon find out. I don't see it.
Let's try this. Nope.
I'm not
I
sure.
think it's saved. It must have saved that as the screenshot. It's okay. I can bring it in. I know where the screenshot is.
Okay.
All right. Let's let me save this. Yep. As you can see, I've already had one of these that I tried out. They're both basically the same. So I'll replace it. Because this is the live one. It's the better one. And then we'll just start a new, let's see,
New file.
new project. I could have done it in a new comp, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, you know what? I think I will. Going back. Don't save. There we go.
But the file's called blame.
It's fine. Ignore that. Ignore that. New comp. Click OK. All right. And I think I'm just going to grab from the desktop. Or did I put it in here? I don't know where I put things.
It's getting to that point of the day.
Yeah. All right, so I've got my Photoshop file of just our eye. I'm going to scale it down. And that should work. But I thought we could make some little clouds using possibly the pen tool. Possibly. Control Y. You know what? No. No, I reject that. I'm going to do it with shape by making a shape layer. And you want to make sure you're not selected on anything if you're using the shape layers because it will make a mask. If you can see the little pen tool, it's a little star beside it. If you have a layer selected, it will be like a little box, a little mask indicator. Just make sure you don't have everything selected. And what I'm going to do is just make, you know, some cloud-like. I'm going to turn our fill off. Nope, I'm going to turn our stroke off by pressing on. I do that every time, by the way. All right, so we can continue making, well, I thought I could. There we go. Chat, don't do what I'm doing. Let's see. It is, okay, it is connecting. It is correct. I'm just going to make some cloud shapes.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Cloud shape attempts. There we go. Oof. Nope. And I'll probably break some of these just to make sure I can make these corners. Boop. That one's fine, sort of. And back to the pen tool. And you can do this to taste on your, you know, if this is something you wanted to do. I'm just trying to make us some clouds that we can animate real quick. They're not going to be red. Ooh, they could be red, but it doesn't match the stream, so probably not.
Do as I say, and don't do as I do.
Yes.
Umacord quoted that from you.
Yeah, something like that. I've never liked that whole thing, but you know, I'm in a bind here, folks. All right, clouds are being made. I'm gonna call this cloud.
I feel like you could use After Effects to do a wrong layer type of a thing with that. You mentioned the mask earlier.
The
like
for
emote.
yeah.
If you had like a layer, basically. Like if you made an image, if you made a graphic that looked like a layer with the little eye, and the thumbnail preview or whatever, you had like like a lighter color, and then you did the right on or whatever with the mask. In a different color.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to grab the other side of this. You can kind of see where we're going. We could
reveal.
Yeah, do a little reveal. I'm gonna bring these down a little bit. We could make these a different color, maybe. Let's see. I don't know if that sells.
Would you do opacity? Like.
Ooh, could. Yeah. Oh, you know, we could do all kinds of things. We can use these as a mask on an adjustment layer and have it blur what's behind it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Let's see if we can do
By
that.
we, I mean you.
Yeah. No, I thought you were going to. We only have a few minutes left. We got like 10 minutes left.
We need co-working and After
Let's
Effects.
see. Right. Let's
That'd
work
be
on
chaotic.
Yeah. Be cool though.
It would be cool.
We can work on this though. So I think we would start on and reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the move. So I'm just going to set a keyframe at the beginning of both of these. And right now I have this set to frames. You can see right here if you hold down Alt or Option. Is that the right one? It is not. Hello.
What are you trying to do?
Let's see. I'm trying to, maybe it's Command. Yeah, it's Command. You can switch between frames or time code. And I think you can only have 60 frames for your emotes.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. I believe that's correct.
Fairly certain that is correct. I was surprised it was 60.
I was too. I was like, really? That's a lot of frames.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I keep pressing the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so I've got it from 0 to 59, and I think I want this to happen before the end of the emote, so I'm going to bump in here a little bit.
Yeah, 60. You're
60
correct.
frames, okay.
60 frames.
Yeah, that seems like a lot to me. I don't know why, but so you can get a lot done in 60 frames.
Yeah.
And so I've just set keyframes, but I'm going to stay on those keyframes and reveal this. And I messed up the first one, second one. So I'm just going to bring it back. I hit caps, so now you can't see it. What is going on? Sometimes if you have both keyframes selected.
Yeah, it applies them to.
What is happening? Okay. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have the opacity and not position.
Oh.
That's an issue. You don't want that. But we might animate. Ooh, that's a good idea too. Animate the opacity so it's
Like going
Yeah,
down as
yep.
it moves out of the frame. Yeah.
Yep. All right, so I want this to travel out. So now I'll pull this back. That
So
could be.
were you animating from the ending position to the starting position, or you start? I missed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just for that one I did because I messed it up. So. So I just brought it back.
Sorry
in.
for pointing that out.
Well, I just went back. No, it's good because I went back to the beginning of the timeline and then pulled it back to the position I wanted it to be. If you want to move it from there, you can grab both because I am going to make an adjustment. You can grab both keyframes, and then that way you can move the whole thing without adjusting the path that it's on. So now it does something like that. We could also animate. Let's see. If you press T, that's for transparency, I suppose. I don't know because opacity is. It's probably easier to remember transparency. I'm gonna set these both to the same.
Or O was used for another shortcut. That happens a lot.
Yes, that is probably more likely.
There are
Again,
only so many letters in the alphabet.
press U to see both keyframes. Actually. Add a keyframe to all of this, kind of running off the bottom there. Keyframe at the beginning. I'm just setting my keyframes right now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, the opacity, but I'm going to increase it at the beginning. Maybe not all the way. Maybe like 80%, 85.
Yeah.
Just so there's a hint of depth. Ooh, I like it solid on the bottom though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 85 on the top, or 80, maybe 90. There we go. And then as we reveal it,
Drop it down.
drop it down to, it should be already at 65, so something like that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah, not bad. We could add an easy ease at the beginning with F9, which is not working. Maybe it's Command F9. Nope. I am hotkey illiterate right at the moment. Option F9. Or you can right-click it and go to
Keyframe assistant, I think.
yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Easy ease out. And I'm not going to do an ease in. Oh, I could. We could do that. So that it kind of mirrors that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. There we go. All right. What do we think? Looking all right?
Chat. I think it looks nice. Yeah. You got knocked that out fast.
Yeah, that was the whole point of jumping in After Effects, because you can make some quick. I'm not saying they're super like nuanced, like maybe the hand animated one would be, but for an emote that you needed to pop out pretty quick, I think it works.
Bliss likes it.
Good.
And he says it's iconic. So
oh, nice. You know what I would do,
What?
and I don't think we're gonna have time to do it here.
you have like 6 minutes.
Yeah, no, I won't have time. But I would add the eye blink afterwards. So after the
Yeah.
clouds remove, then you have the eye blink. Let's see if I can use these. This is an experiment. We're off the rails, of course. which is always great when you have like 5 minutes left.
Let's try something new.
Yeah. I'm going to pre-compose these if I can remember hotkeys. And I want to use, oh, that's not going to work. I'm trying to figure out how to make the blur happen quickly. I know what. Okay, I have an idea. Hang
right.
with me, chat. This may not work.
Says it's incredible.
Oh, thanks. This may not work, but we're going to try adding probably a fast box blur.
Wade is also doing the video challenges currently.
That's correct.
So if you think this is awesome, you should definitely check those out to see more.
And so I think I'm going to turn on our... Oh, don't need that. Where is our track mats? There we go. And I think I'm going to use... I could do... I'm just going to try it with one. I'm going to use one of these as a track mat. Is that going to work? Can I do it the other way? Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
We did it.
Okay, so it's going to happen, guys. We have plenty of time now. First thing I'm going to do is, so this is all operating off of one layer and I don't have to deal with it twice. I'm going to, I'll copy these out, actually just Option D, then pre-compose, click OK, and then pick whip the other way, I think. Yep. So now we should have that with our solid clouds.
Yes.
So there we go. What do we think?
That's awesome.
We could.
Oh, so mystical.
Yeah. If I take that off, yeah. Okay. Because I was going to say you could also take that pre-comp if you wanted a little bit more haze, and I might even make clouds that are a little more hazy. You could even add that fast box blur to our pre-composed, and you'd get a little bit of soft edge to the cloud. Not that much, something like that. And there we go. I mean, we're a little. What else can we do? We got 3 minutes. What else can we do? I guess we can do a recap.
Yeah, that's probably.
Let's just do a recap. Okay, what did we start today?
Where did we start?
We started with jorts, I believe.
Well, yeah, show that off because you did some work on it.
Oh yeah,
right?
we have some. I added a little J in the break when I
like
had
that.
a break. I had a little J. But no, we started with our roller troll eye here. I did a quick. Did I? Yeah, here we go. We got a little potential bounce animation for our D20, and this could be the same. We could modify the same one for our natural 20 or natural 1. You know, or not natural 1, but 1. Yeah.
Swap out the.
Yeah, you can do a failed emote with a 1. So that's what we did, and then we made our blame chat, I believe. Yeah, we've got some chat. What have you been up to? I blame you. If you don't know what that means, watch the next roller troll. There will be a lot of chat blaming. And then we could redeem some extra
Oliver says we
mist.
started with a potato.
Yeah, we always start with a potato. Oliver is correct.
Even with the
Yeah.
blast animation.
Yep. And then you could redeem some extra little mist if you want it. And that's what this little animated emote was for.
Yeah.
And I think
Thick and misty, or what was it that Clever said?
Oh, what did Clever say? Did I miss it?
I read it out loud. I've lost it now.
Well, thick and
Hit and mist.
Hit and mist. Oh,
Yeah, that
hit
was
and mist.
Yeah.
I thought it was a whole new emote. I thought
No,
you were saying
hit and
like
mist.
Hit and mist.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good one.
All right. We know what the new poll for next roller troll is going to be: thick and misty or hit and mist.
Yeah. Yep.
But we'll try to get these up possibly for that, and that'll be in a couple of weeks. What else is going on? I think we're wrapping up now.
Yeah. I think we're wrapping up. We've got some of them in the chat already. I think we're working on getting the animated ones in the chat.
Oh,
We've
excellent.
got the little
Yeah.
sip and save and make it pop. I know that Val's got the alert and the Val emote. What else did we do? Animated
We did
emotes.
so much. Yeah.
Applause.
The Oh No Val.
Yeah, the animated.
And we
one.
learned how to clap.
We did. We
learned
learned
how
how
to
to clap.
Yep.
So clapping for
something
you,
like that.
chat.
Yep. All right, it's been an awesome day. I
It has
really
been a
enjoyed
fun
it.
day. I hope you
Yeah.
guys had fun in the chat. I had fun. It was nice to work with you, Wade.
Yeah,
And Val.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's going to do it for us.
Yep.
Right?
We've got more stream. We got another stream coming up after
That's
us.
right. There is a new stream. It is.
There it is. 5 ways to revolutionize history class. That'll be with the Express education folks. So stay
Excellent.
tuned. We got more streams, but not on Twitch. That'll be on YouTube and Behance.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Wade.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.